AFL Premiership 2003, proudly brought to you by Carlton, brewed since 1864, and our telecast sponsors, the new Commodore. Primus Telecom, delivering the real value of communication. Mitre 10, you can't beat 10 out of 10. Sky City Adelaide, the place to see footy on the big screen. Amy, lucky you're with Amy. Radio Rentals, South Australia's biggest electrical retailer, and Carlton Draft.
Taken the decision to cease my playing career with the Kangaroos.
It was the scandal that rocked a club, shocked the football world, and dethroned a king of the game. More than a year ago, an abuse of trust ruptured the Kangaroos, but the strength of mateship held them together. Tonight, a man once revered will face those he betrayed. And while time heals all wounds, in this case, the scars are still raw.
I think that he's open slather if he's there to be cleaned up, I'm sure.
I'm really excited. I definitely want to beat.
A lot of people are coming to the game, I don't know, expecting a bit of a fracas. Hopefully it does happen, but you never know, do you?
This is the one we've been waiting for. The Kangaroos and Adelaide at Telstra Dome. This is Nine's Friday Night Football.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome around Australia to the Telstra Dome in Melbourne for what is really the House of Stoush tonight. Festival Hall just down the road used to carry that moniker, but that is the man, the king, Wayne Carey, for the first time in Adelaide colours up against his old team, the North Melbourne Kangaroos. He arrived tonight, as you can see, walking to the Adelaide rooms. No time to talk to the media. Very focused on proceedings, and Wayne Carey gets his moment of truth tonight because, as we heard in the intro there, the North Melbourne boys, well, when they come out to play, they are looking for number 2 of the Adelaide Crows, just like everybody else here today. And there he is, Gary Lyon. What a big game performer this man has always been throughout his career, and probably, personally, no bigger game than tonight.
You're absolutely right, Eddie. Good evening. It is intriguing. It is a man that loves centre stage for different reasons tonight, but I get a feeling that he will thrive under this pressure. He's up against a side who are also renowned for their fighting spirit and their willingness to band together for a cause. They'll be right behind their captain, Anthony Stevens. It's an intriguing contest. That man, Glenn Archer, and his mate, Anthony Stevens, two of the closest footy players going around, key players in a massive drama last year.
And here come the Kangaroos, and that man, Anthony Stevens, became the captain of the club because of the circumstances last year. Celebrated and well-documented circumstances where his mate and captain, Wayne Carey, had an affair with his wife. It split the club, but the Kangaroos were able to come back together because of the closeness of Glenn Archer and Anthony Stevens and the senior players around him. Hearts to hearts, hands to hands, the Kangaroos. There they are. They're ready to go tonight. It is going to be a fantastic tussle, and let there be no mistake, this hasn't been hyped beyond expectation. This isn't a Don King production, Gary. No. This is an absolute battle between a team where hearts were broken last year.
Yeah, there's no false motivation in this side. Let's have a look at the lineup. We've highlighted the players who may be capable or are potential matchups for Wayne Carey. They're all tools. What it says here, there are 4 or 5 options. I think they might go with Lee Colbert, an experienced head who's used to the sort of pressure that comes with changing clubs. He's been through it himself. I think he might be the player that lines up on Wayne Carey tonight, depending, of course, where Carey plays.
Well, there's the man, Anthony Stevens. Gary, what will happen tonight? He's kept his counsel this week. He wants to let his play do the talking. But, gee, I tell you what, if he went up the tribunal, he'll have a fair defence, wouldn't he? Will he, if he gets the chance, will he try and kick Carey's head through the roof?
I don't think he will. I think Anthony Stevens put club before personality any time of the day or night, and it's why he's so respected. This Adelaide side are a very good football side. A couple of players who have been important. John Cock, who was their best player last week in the showdown, and Ronnie Burns, the a man they recruited from Geelong to kick goals. He finally did. He delivered last week. He kicked 3 at the start for them. They want a couple more from him tonight.
Well, it's on, I can tell you. And there's the man, focused in on the game. I tell you what, he has taken it on every time he's run out to play, probably for the last 10 years, this man, Wayne Carey. There is a big reason why he's known as the King, and a big reason why he reckoned that bloke was the toughest player he's ever seen, and this bloke, one of the most courageous ever to pull on boots. It's all set for an absolute cracker as we go to the break. We talk to some of the North Melbourne faithful and just find out what they think about the big showdown tonight, and this is a showdown.
Oh, even though it hurts and cuts to the core, I still dearly love the King, and I'm sure I speak on behalf of a lot of these people around me. I'm sure they still all love the King.
I still love him. Like, not in a gay way though, but
I will never forget what he's done, because he shouldn't have done what he done to our captain.
You'd stick it up him if we won. I really hope we win.
Carey's had a couple of bad weeks, hasn't he? So he's likely to come out and kick 10. So, you know, we used to laugh at that. Now we're going to sit there and cry.
Weather update brought to you by Morning Fresh, Australia's #1 dishwashing liquid.
Cold again tonight and fairly gloomy again tomorrow, possibly with drizzle around the hills and southern suburbs, but mainly dry. Now, in terms of temperatures, 10 overnight, top tomorrow 17 degrees, with the sun coming out on Sunday, temperatures rising, sun out Monday, and it'll be fine and warm on Tuesday.
I was actually on the first plane that went in. You know, to go into another country that's been ravaged by war and devastation, it was definitely a life-changing experience. I had a team of 30 soldiers. Basically, it was my job to take control, make sure that the soldiers and the locals were safe. Undoubtedly, all my officer training really came to the forefront. You know, I didn't really think about it at the time, but it was a pretty full-on job for a 23-year-old.
This weekend, all our quilts are discounted, heavily discounted.
Winter weight goose down quilts, what do you pay? $200, $150, $130. This weekend you pay $59.95. Singles, doubles, queens, $59.95. And allergy-free queen size quilts, $39.95.
And it's not just quilts on sale.
$20 feather pillows, $8.95. $100 quilt cover sets, $49.95. And polar fleece blankets, winter warmth without the weight, fashion colours, queen size, $79.95, save $40.
At Truscott Hi-Fi, every plug leads to a bargain. Like LG Duo DVD VCR combos, $100 off. Truscott Hi-Fi, Adelaide's lowest prices with up to 24 months interest-free terms.
When I'm not on the Today Show reporting the weather, I like to create it. A little rain. A sandstorm. You name it, my Ford Escape 4-wheel drive gives me the power to do it, and all in air-conditioned comfort. Of course, my crew don't really enjoy it. But hey, it's my escape. What's your escape?
Kmart, we're cutting the cost of giving this Mother's Day because we've got a huge range of gift ideas at the lowest prices guaranteed. Like 25% off all women's sleepwear. No further discounts apply. That's our entire women's sleepwear collection at 25% off. And selected bath and body gift packs under $15. At under $15, you and Mum can both relax. So there's only one place to go for Mum's favourite brands at the lowest prices guaranteed. Kmart, cutting the cost of giving this Mother's Day.
You spend 18 months doing officer training at RMC Duntroon. When you graduate, you take charge of your own team of soldiers. And when I did that, it's probably one of the best moments of my life.
The search is on for 6 all-Aussie guys who'll become overnight sensations.
You've got to love a challenge.
Strip Search premieres 7 o'clock Saturday on 9.
Welcome back to Telstra Dome. Friday night football. This is AFL on 9. And both teams just breaking from their huddles, a sub-huddle, if you like, at the Kangaroos end. And you can see that Wayne Carey and the Adelaide Crows are pumped and ready to go. He'll get plenty of support from his teammates tonight, no doubt about that. Ronnie Burns, new recruit with Carey to the club this year. And special welcome to Dennis Cometti and to Dermot Brereton joining us now on AFL on 9. And let's not forget that Wayne Carey played 244 games for the Kangaroos, a dual premiership captain, 4-time best and fairest, 7-time All-Australian, and kicked 671 goals. Dermot.
Yeah, good evening. Well, there he is on screen. I tell you what, if you play local footy and you want to see how to walk out onto the ground and be intimidating, you just have a look at Glenn Archer. The bottom jaw sticks out. He'll wander over Carey's direction. He just puts that look on his face. I don't care what's about to happen. Give it to me. He's one tough hombre. Yeah, Colbert will go to Carey. Their last practice match, intra-club practice match before the fiasco, Colbert played on him. So no real surprise there, but I reckon Arch.
Arch has gone to him.
Arch goes to him.
Arch has gone to him.
He's got his way.
Oh, here we go. Now it's gone back. They're doing ringer Rosie. Colbert on him now.
Yeah, but
Archer working with intent.
They're playing games with us, boys. Don't worry about that. Lee Colbert's the man with the job. Pretty good choice, I reckon, but Glenn Archer won't be far away.
And John Baird is loose there as well. So he's got two players on him at the moment, Carey, Baird and Colbert. I'll call that one. Dennis, you call the game.
Away we go. Friday night football. Clark knocks it down to Bickley. In trouble, Rashudo. Down he goes, held to him. How's yours going, Ed?
No surprise that we'll have the camera on Wayne Carey all night tonight, and Sam Newman will do a special halftime report.
A little bit of a worry. McLeod was with Archer for a short moment. I'm sure the Kangaroos will actually, they're changing it as we speak. Hasn't quite got the legs to go with Archer, with McLeod.
Got to say it's quirky.
What's he on?
A real edge to this game. The ruckman touched the ball off the ground by Simpson. Down towards half forward. Motlop couldn't control it. Tawney put the body in twice. Well done. Dug out of there by Stevens. Rashudo angled down. Whistle. Another ball up inside the attacking 50.
Well, they're using Baird and also Porter as the man to stand in front of Wayne Carey, boys.
Yeah, he's just going to prop 10-15 metres in front of that shot on screen there. That's about 50 metres down the line. So Carey's going to have to play centre half forward tonight. I don't know if he's got the wind tank these days to play the whole game there, though, so it's going to be a big test.
In the meantime, Simpson gets the thump over the top. Harvey is grabbed. We'll have another bounce. Let's go to Tony Jones.
Eddie, don't for a minute fall for this line. The Kangaroos have been trotting out all week about it not being a grudge match. Every North Melbourne member was sent an SMS message on their mobile declaring this open duck season at the Dome tonight.
Yes, those SMS messages coming through at about 1 o'clock in the morning to people's phones, so they had it first thing this morning. So there you go. In the meantime, that man there too with the ball is about to get it. Umpire Hayden Kennedy. Congratulations to Hayden. 300 games as an umpire tonight. A fantastic performance by one of the best whistle men in the caper.
There's the bounce then. Hooked down by Clark. Wide of the congestion. Picked up by Hart. High ball. Sinclair in best position. Up he goes. Crashed to the turf. Missed it. Grant's got it. Gets a hand pass away. Robbins smothered off the boot. Well done by Bassett. McLeod. Stenglide ran into a dead end. Taken down by Grant. Took nothing for granted. One step. Boom. Down he went. Ball up. Out towards the other side wing.
Unlucky, I reckon. Sinclair not to get a free here. Andrew McLeod almost could have been pinged for shepherding in the contest.
In the meantime, the umpire down in the forward 50 for the Crows is putting the King under as much scrutiny as the Channel 9 commentary box tonight and the cameras. He's keeping a very close eye on things.
The last thing that the Kangaroos would want, as we see Dennis and Cheryl Pagan interested onlookers, the last thing they'd want is for Wayne Carey to kick the first goal of this game. That's why that right now there's a bit of a double team happening.
So the ball up. Clark does it well. Gets it out to McLeod. Here we go. It's going to be heading in that forward direction. Maybe looked in too much on that occasion, and the mark's been taken by Makepeace. Well, there's no doubt about Wayne Carey. He's been the #1 marketing tool by the Kangaroos, and he left them 12 months ago. Comes out to Jess Sinclair. Sinclair brings it out to Simpson. Back to Sinclair. Runs on. Left foot kick. Looks forward to Petrie. Flies from behind. Does it beautifully. Takes a strong mark. Drew Petrie has kicked 6 goals, 1 this season. The 20-year-old from Ballarat.
Free kick in the goal square down the other end. So it should get reversed.
I'm going to reverse the free kick. Illegal. Shove it down there. Winnie, the ball's here.
Yeah, against big Jonathan Brown. Watch this.
Great pick up, illegal shepherd there.
Over here it is. You're over here.
Well, Hayden Kennedy certainly letting us know he's there in his 300s.
This is where the ball was.
Lee Brown just needs to be a little more subtle if he's going to put a block on like that.
Well, I don't know if the ball was there. The ball was there when he was going to go back and take his kick. He marked it right on the forward 50. Anyway, away we go. Bickley goes inside 50 with a beautiful kick and finds his teammate on the run there. And the Crows, through Perry, will get the first shot at goal in this game. And Ian Perry's improved his kicking. He's 3 goals 3 for the year, but early on in his career, Dermot, he had the most awkward gait.
Still has had, but he's just obviously worked with what he's got and thought to himself, I'm going to make the most of what my action is.
Sorry about that, Derm. 35 goals, 32 in his career.
6 against the Kangaroos, round 20 of 2001. Perry right on the 50. Tugs it. Will compete about 5 metres out. Clark up in front. Harvey to Grant. Runs away, drives it towards the outer side wing. Brown, big fist from Hart, got it out of bounds. It'll be tossed in. Still no score in this one. Boundary throw in outer side. Good crowd so far. Good build. Clark backhands it down. 2 wide. Simpson. Petrie had it knocked away by Bassett. Motlop on his knees did well. Brown pushed in the back. Surely he'll get the free kick. Kick inside the 50 then. Loose ball at the back. Hart the first to arrive. Taken front on by Burke. Wrestled down. Must have been a full brother for holding the ball. No free kick. Taken out of bounds by Smart. On the full says Motlop. Shake of the head from that lady.
Throw in.
Enough said.
Clark goes up, gets the tap. Goodwin handballs it away. Here's Hart for the Adelaide Crows. Some big names combining there. None bigger than this man, McLeod. Well, there might be one bigger as he kicks up towards Bassett. Good play there. Stevens gave away the free kick, said the umpire. And Bassett has it on half-back flank. Strange old game. So much expectation here. The ball just flicking around at the moment. It's like the preliminary bouts. Beautiful play there by Goodwin. Kept running. He had the first touch in the back pocket. He brings it up to the forward pocket. Now Perry comes out. Did well. Bode for the Crows. Knocks it forward. Porter. Colbert. Makepeace has a bounce. Cool head required. He's got one. He kicked it out to the wide open spaces. Here they go. Pagan Paddock. Dennis would have liked seeing that one. Chance now for Harding. He's a speedster. He likes the goal. He squares it up. The kick was smothered. Touch play on. Petrie gets the handball out. It's picked up by Brown. Smothered kick. McLeod. Hart. Beautiful touch around the corner, and away goes McGregor for the Crows.
Back towards the middle, dangerous. Stevens arrived, knocked it to his own advantage, tied up immediately by Goodwin, and the ball up just outside the centre square.
Adelaide just playing the Roos at their own game. Kangaroos have had more blocks and smothers than any side in the competition at the moment. Umpire just over here. Not sure if there's anything in that with Nigel Smart.
Hard to know these days.
Yes.
Goodwin goes down. Sinclair had it, lost it. Clark. Well done. Got it to McLeod. John Cock. Advantages paid. McGregor. Bassett has been very good so far. Looping hand pass. Stengwine. Not so good. Brilliant pick-up. King. Appeared to throw it. Got it to Grant. Hurriedly onto the boot. Down towards half-forward. Petrie. An emerging player. 60 metres out from goal. Still no score. Petrie taking plenty of time. Down towards the pocket. Motlop in front. Too easy for the defender. Hart got a fist on it. Burke slid in with courage. And the ball again spills out of bounds.
Coming up to 8 minutes of play in this quarter without a score.
To find a target inside forward 50. Digby Morell's been dropped. They only took 4 marks inside 50 between their big fellas.
And you can see security not impressed with the homemade banner there. We showed a little bit earlier. Robbins throws it inside the forward 50. Rashudo thumps it to the boundary line. His opposite number, Captain Stevens, picks it up. Kicks to the goal square, bounces. Bassett was there for the Crows. Gets it over to Nigel Smart. Smart looks up. Good kick inside to Tawney. Tawney has a player wide. It stays in the air a long time. Burke did well. Not well enough. It's picked up by McGregor. McGregor's kick is a good one. And John Cock, who won the medal last week, takes the mark at the true half-back flank position for the Adelaide Crows.
Don't talk to me about medals. Sure, Bickley's got it. I came over here to escape those. Bickley on the wing. That towards half forward. Hale in best position from behind. Perry got into his back. No doubting that. Carey's got the football. But it's got the advantage. What? His free kick, was it? Well, Perry goes in. Carey kicks the goal. How about that?
Who's the bloke that has the bet on the first goal for the game? How short would Wayne Carey have been? The free kick was paid for a nudge out into Perry's back. That's why the advantage was played. I don't know.
Wow,
it was always going to happen.
There was a big advantage being paid. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at Wayne Carey's reaction, because he gave the big punch to the cheer squad.
It was a nudge against Watt.
No, it's a big
That
call.
had to be a free kick to Hale, didn't it?
I reckon Watt pushed Perry into Hale. I think that's what the call was.
There we go, and the punch in the air.
Well, pardon me, I just stopped. I thought it was a free kick. Back to the Kangaroos.
Well, amazing scenes here, Dennis. Yep, he's done it again, Wayne Carey. The more you turn on him, and we've seen some big clubs over the years absolutely aim all their vitriol at Wayne Carey, and then he comes out and belts you. It's a sensational play. He got an easy one there. He won't have had too many easy over the years. Here's a chance for Harvey to square it up for the Kangaroos. Harvey kicks the goal, scores a level.
The new all-wheel drive Holden Cruise.
Well, an amazing start. This man is a sharpshooter. Watch this. Grist for the mill. Bounces it through after that remarkable goal at the other end. Seemed to all intents and purposes Hale should have got a free kick. Didn't. Carey went in, got the goal. Interesting start in more ways than one. The goals have been slow in coming. Brown chopped off by McLeod. Gets boots the ball towards half forward. Archer is there. Here's a chance for Burns. Just outside the centre square. Runs to the 50. Tugs it down towards goal. Carey goes back. Over his head. Minor score. Enough for the Crows to lead.
Well, if there's any sympathy for Wayne going into this game from any of the Kangaroos, a fluky free kick will soon get you public enemy number one at the best of times. Make peace. How appropriate that man's name is tonight. Tipping it. Oh, jeez.
Put in Arkov.
Well, make peace with his coach would have been his objective. He was let off the hook by Perry.
Ian Perry made peace with him. Gave it straight back.
And one thing I'll say about Ian Perry is there are 2 kicks now. He's probably going to get about 8 shots on goal. Whether he kicks 8 goals, I don't know. But he's been allowed by Shannon Watt to lead him to the ball. So he's going to get front spot. And he's got good hands.
Both Kangaroos and Adelaide have had very poor kick-ins this season. Adelaide have scored directly from kick-ins 14%. Kangaroos one of the worst in the competition with 12%. And once again is going to come straight back in. Mark Rasciuto, the skipper of the Crows.
About 65 metres out then. They lead by 2. Off his step. Inside the 50. Just. Bickley's got it.
Yes!
Just over 11 minutes remaining till quarter time. Mark Bickley. Darting eyes. Chips it in short. Perry again. Off hands. Loose at the back. Here's a chance for Stenblind. Got it from Goodwin. Snaps. And kicks another one. Great goal.
How do I get 10 out of 10?
When you get a store with just what you need. Plus, people with real knowledge to give advice that helps save you time and money. Plus, the buying power of over 700 stores to guarantee you competitive prices every time you visit. That's the choice, advice and price commitment that add up to 10 out of 10.
And you can't beat 10 out of 10.
Mitre 10.
McLeod already has 6 disposals and 2 clearances. The superstar of the Adelaide Crows. They lead by 8 points from the centre bounce. Rasciuto, as always, at the bottom of the pack. He's locked up. We'll have a ball up.
Look, Anthony Stevens coming to the bench, I think.
Stevens off for a break. Coming on is Corey Jones. Simpson had it for a moment. Tawney did it well. Got it out to Rashudo. Slammed it on the boot. Up it goes towards centre half forward. Bode was the high flyer. It falls. Picked up there by Goodwin. Long kick to the goal square. Wrestling going on. Umpire calls play on. Makepeace had plenty of time. Then found problems. Fumbled the ball at the crucial moment. Stingline over the top. Will have a ball up in the forward pocket. And the Kangaroos had a chance to get away with it there. And the Crows have been able to lock it in that forward pocket.
See, Dean Laidley pretty upset there. I'm not so sure that they want Anthony Stevens off at the moment. That might be a bit of a slight mistake at this point in time.
Clark gets the tap, got a bit of a shove. Umpire called play on. Comes out to Harvey. Harvey's kick is a good one up the line. Here's a chance for Corey Jones, who's just on for his skipper. Kick was a shocker. Good play by the Crows. McGregor over the top to Rashudo. Good play again to Matner. Back to McGregor. McGregor sizes up his opportunities. John Cock in the middle of the ground. Tawney running past. Gets the handball. Now he looks up. Not much on offer, so he kicks to the pocket looking for Perry, who does it well. Got a shove. Did he? No. Umpire said play on. Brady Rawlings. I thought he got a shove on that occasion. Rawlings got the handball out. Oh, indiscriminate handballs. Put Archer under the pump. But if you want to be under the pump, he's the man you want to have. Simpson. Left foot kick. Just can't hit a target, the Kangaroos. This is playing with fire. King over the top. Bode crashes through. It comes out to Sinclair. Tries to squeeze the kick out. Fortuitous bounce for the Kangaroos side. Allows Grant to get onto the left boot. Handball's inside. Now it's just Sinclair. Needs to hit a target. Decides to go long. Gets it up to the half-forward flank position. Beautiful mark going back to McGregor. He's had plenty of it already in this first term.
Rashudo. Wider. Goodwin. Hesitates, in trouble. Dispossessed by Brown. Well done. A pair of ex-Dockers combining there. Sinclair pulls it back towards the middle. 50-50 ball. Petrie did well. Juggled it about 65 metres from goal. Up and moving. Pops it inside the 50 to space. Lovely kick. Harding's got speed. There's evidence there. He'll wind up a goal from about 35 metres out. 45-degree angle.
Space is the best friend in a forward line to those that have got the leg speed to use it, and Harding certainly has, and Harvey has as well. The two players that they have set up with down there, and you look down the ground, they were the only ones anywhere near the goals, and it was a beautiful kick from Petrie, who has been a bit of a target across half forward.
Adelaide by 8 points. This to pull it back. Harding close. This is to the right, I fancy. Behind.
With this setup, Gary, you're going to need 8 goals between Harvey and Harding. They're basically the two that they're banking on kicking the score for them to win here tonight.
Yep, you're absolutely right, Doom, and they're giving him every chance by leaving a lot of space.
Hart up the middle. McLeod. Little looper or a shooter across half back. Ditto. Stengline up towards the wing. Tawney. They've worked it out well. Tawney runs on. Kicks inside the 50. Perry. Pushed in the back. Gee.
Pushed him right out of the contest.
He's got the free. 35 metres out. Slight angle.
Well, he's just got to make the most of what have been a couple of 50-50 decisions, Ian Perry, but as a forward, you've just got to make sure that you take full advantage of them, and he's had a couple of opportunities now and hasn't made the most of it. Needs to kick this goal.
Third shot on goals for him inside the first quarter.
So suddenly, to stretch the lead, he's done what Harding couldn't. He's kicked a goal. His first.
I mean, I've been into a supermarket before and there's been barcodes on a plastic bag and it's been twisted around like that and they've been trying to scan it and 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 just go on for days. I mean, it could go on for days. I mean, obviously common sense would prevail and they'd just put the number in. But I mean, that's the sort of thing that really, I mean, that's why you have barcodes. So you don't have to put the number in, so you don't have to put the number in, then pull that handle down on the cash register. I mean, it used to take years. I mean, well, that was obviously before my time, so I can't really imagine that, you know, I can only imagine that it took years. But I mean, with something like this, I mean, that's a good surf.
So the Crows move out to a 13-point lead, and the coaches hate those 13-point turnarounds when you miss a set shot that you should kick and it goes straight down the other end from the kick out and a goal is registered. So 13 points, and Goodwin again gets the ball out of the centre. Sinclair Tackled by Carey, up towards the middle of the ground. Good mark taken there by Hale.
He's got some real talent, this boy.
Boy from Queensland.
Fills out. He's going to be an exceptionally good player.
Makepeace to centre wing. Out wide to Motlop. He can have a flying shot here. Lines it up. Oh, gee whiz. 21 yards to aim at. He's missed a lot. Kangaroos clangers 9, Adelaide 3.
And if they are playing centrally, I guess it does leave a lot of space when they have the football for players to break wide. And on that occasion, Motlop did have a lot of time and space, needed to do better.
Grigor to Bode. Smart. Had to make some ground and did it well. Tried to kick it around the corner. Well, you saw what happened. It was up there for an hour. Plenty of time, though, for John Cock to grab the ball. The Kangaroos all zoning off backwards for exactly that reason. And Robbins did the right thing, got the hand in front of Stengline. We'll have a throw-in 55, 60 metres out from the Kangaroos goal. 6.5 minutes left on the clock. We've played 19.5 minutes in the play. The majority of the possession with the Adelaide Crows, and it shows on the scoreboard where they lead by 13 points.
Throwing out aside then, Biglands and Petrie. Petrie very conscious of Biglands, who works in front. Rashudo, Jones, treating him like a mosh pit there, going right over the top. Free kick to Rashudo, just forward of right half back, close to the boundary line. Biglands. Strange opening term, this one.
Slow. I mean, it has been stop-start, very slow. They pushed a lot of numbers back both sides, which means there's a lot of this happening. They're sort of conceding a shorter kick to get back and cover the more dangerous option.
Oh, there's only 34 in that half of the ground, Gary.
There's Tawney from Matner. Kicks inside the 50. Big leap down there from Archer, knocked it down in front. McGregor did well, got it to Bode, snaps. And the man on the spot, Ronnie on the spot.
The give was interesting. I'd like to see the give again from the crumb footy. It was very slick.
David Campese would have been happy with that one.
Just have a look at this handball right here.
Where was the handball?
The beautiful one-hander.
The Crow throw.
So Burns, 10 metres out, gets the goal. Kangaroos in trouble.
When did you last stop and think about your comprehensive car insurance? Does yours compare with Amy? Amy offers you the security of an agreed value for your car. And we reinstate your rating 1 for life if you've held it for the last 3 years and your insurer takes it away. Amy even offers a free skilled driver's course for your children under 25 if you're insured with us. You can expect more from Amy. Switch now.
The Crows now out to a 19-point lead. They've probably had 2 lucky goals, but they're playing all over the Kangaroos at the moment. Stengline, beautiful play out to Bode. He kicks up to the centre-half forward position. Spills to John Cock. Oh, look at that. Runs round in circles and then lines up the goal. Just misses to the left-hand side. And through for another point.
The worry about that, they had a spare man down there on that occasion, the Kangaroos. I'm not sure whether Adelaide knew it or not, but sometimes when that's the case, it's better to have a footy come in that's along the ground. Just gives you 6 forwards against 7 backs a better chance to try and have another crack at it, and that was the occasion. There's just a bit of a lack of pressure out there. It's a touch anticlimactic at the moment.
Wouldn't think the security will have any problem with that one. 24 disposals more the Crows have had compared to North Melbourne at this stage, 69 to 45. Just inside 5 minutes left in the quarter. Glenn Archer brings the ball out to the back pocket position. John Baird takes the mark. At defensive 30. Big transfer of play on here. Danger, but good play and great mark taken by Corey Jones. He's being held down. 1, 2, 3.
He bought some valuable time. Simpson was on the wing on his own for a good 15 seconds, so it was good play in the end by Ronnie Burns. Disguised it well, no 50.
That's it, Ronnie, right there.
So Corey Jones in the back pocket. Told to hurry up, there's not much to do. He decides to kick it to the centre-half forward position. Great play by Harvey. Harvey, little handball off to Simpson was good play onto the left boot. Opened it right up for Petrie, who ran to the right spot. Just gill his teammate. Handballed up to Robbins. Kangaroos go forward, up towards Motlop. Oh, he got there, then dropped it. That's twice he's done that. Now he's got it back. Tackle, gets the handball off. Burke tries to get it away. There's a free kick. He didn't have the ball. No, says the umpire. Robbins throws it out. Well, they're feeling hardly done by at the moment, the Kangaroo supporters. Hart for the Adelaide Crows. Beautiful play. Kicks it out to the wing position, and they take the mark out there through Big Red Biglands.
Approaching quarter time, plays on to Bode, driving kick around the outer side, knocked on by McLeod, lurking behind Rawlings. With some time, comes back towards the middle, too tall for Sinclair, taken by Grant, mugged like an owl. He was taken down by John Cock, picked up in defence though by Harding, got the hand pass across to Watt, Rawlings. Rawlings goes in short, in fact it was him twice there, goes to Archer, 60 metres out, short one is on, Burke's taken the mark.
He set up pretty early for that, David Burke. Saw that coming in from Archer. Saw Archer was going to get it and took off before Archer even looked up then. So read it pretty well. Tell you what, though, when they mucked around with the ball close to goal before, 3 or 4 possessions under pressure, the longer you hang on to it, the more Adelaide like it. They'll mug you.
Getting a chance tonight. David Burke needs to grab it. Needs to convert these sort of kicks, which he duly does. Gun barrel straight.
If you're frustrated with dial-up internet, switch to iPrimus Broadband and enjoy an always-on, frustration-free internet connection.
So well played by David Burke. Gets a goal with his first kick for the Kangaroos, having played 85 games with the Richmond Football Club, where his father Francis and grandfather Frank before him played super careers at that club. It comes out to Jess Sinclair. Sinclair goes forward up towards the half-forward flank position. Chance for Harvey and Robbins. Robbins picks it up, high up and under. Just saw him out of the corner of his eye. Burke will have a shot at goal. He'd kick his second goal with his second kick. No, he decides to go short. Beautiful play, and he finds Jess Sinclair.
A great kick from Ben Robbins. It looked ugly, probably went a bit higher than he would have liked.
It's young Hale on screen. He might have got
Inhaling.
one. Yeah. Might have got one where you just don't really want them.
Try there, okay?
Yep.
And give that a kick and a tap. Burke, we're just looking as Bickley coming on, Hale coming off at the moment. So Jess Sinclair coming on with the kick. Bends it back. They needed that one, the Kangaroos. A big goal, and it's back to an 8-point ball game.
Lucky to get that one. That was always going to be a tough kick for Jess Sinclair. If we do get a turnaround replay of that kick, you'll find in these last 3 steps, he almost runs side on to the mark, and that view from behind shows that he's just not a good set shot, especially from that side. It's all right if he's on the other side of the ground, but ran into space well. Watch him turn side on there. See him sneak out to his left. But he gets it through, and that's what counts on the board.
Done well against the flow here, the Kangas. Yep. They pinched a couple back at a time when it just was looking a bit dangerous and ominous for them.
So the margin 8 points. Sinclair having a very good season. Good bounce too to restart things. Biglands to Bickley to Rashudo bursting through inside the centre square. Long kick, turns the defence around. Carey just knocked away by Colbert. Archer the loose ball under pressure, upended. Kicks it outside the 50. John Cock has it 65 metres from goal. Bickley camped underneath it. Hit very hard. Will get the free kick right on the 50.
That's tough. See the way he gets straight back up, and he was caved in then.
Mark Bickley will kick from 55.
That's how you spoil too. Well done by Big Porter. Used his body, used his ample frame.
Interesting kick close to the behind line. Knocked across the line by a rampaging Archer, who was slow to get up.
He hurt himself, Glenn Archer.
He came back strongly.
He had bruised kidneys last week, spent the night in hospital.
That hand's not flush either.
I reckon he's given them a little tickle up on that occasion.
Tossed in. Inside the behind post then. Porter laid it down. Burns got a boot to it. Perry. Edwards needed some elevation. Got it. It's okay, I fancy. It's a goal.
Don't know what Porter was trying to do there. Just drop it down to his just onto his right hip. That's probably position number 1. This is the Archer fly over the top.
Now, that is right in the area that Glenn Archer wouldn't have liked to have got it. You won't see him come off, I wouldn't think, short of the fact that if he breaks about 6 ribs. It was a committed spoil, but he did spend the night last week after the game in hospital, so he's had a fair crack at it.
And Dermot, just what you were saying there, made even more dangerous by the fact that Adelaide are the best side in the league at boundary throw-ins. They've got a clearance ratio of 45% and have kicked the most goals, 18 directly from throw-ins, so make that 19. Chance now for the Kangaroos to steal one, inside a minute to go. Stevens back on the ground, as you can see. Beautiful tackle there by Porter, who's certainly throwing his body in tonight.
And the other thing too, Ed, is nobody kicks more goals in the comp in red time, in time on, than the Adelaide Crows, because they're such a physical team. They stay in the contest right to the very end of each quarter.
25 seconds left, as you can see. Baird tries to crash through. A chance for Harvey. Just snuck the handball out. Good play by Stevens, but Bickley has been fantastic so far tonight. He gets it out to his skipper and Rashudo to John Cock from centre wing. He kicks up the line, up towards the forward 50. Good mark taken there by Brody Rawlings. Rawlings transfers play, has Simpson on, finds him, and that should be it for the quarter. And what a quarter we have. The Kangaroos came back. A late goal just made it 14 points the difference at quarter time to the Adelaide Crows. Wayne Carey, well, he had one kick for the quarter, and you wouldn't believe it, he kicked the first goal of the game. He's not too happy, though. He's had a shake of the head. Stevens has been on and off. And, of course, as always, Glenn Archer has been his physical self. We'll take a break. We'll come back. He's having a bit of a chat to the umpire there, Arch, as well. Just wants a bit of a clarification of the rules. It is the Kangaroos 3-1-19, Adelaide 5-3-33.
So just tell him straight out the answer is yes. Yes. Yes.
This news break is brought to you by Bank SA Personal Easy Loans.
Good evening. A long-running Adelaide murder case has been closed with a guilty plea in court. A 38-year-old man has admitted killing Maya Jakic 4 years ago. It come as a huge relief to friends of the 30-year-old victim.
All this time I felt it's not finished yet. It's like I always had a feeling that she doesn't rest in peace, because the killer was still somewhere out there.
The same man also pleaded guilty last December to the murder of exchange student Megumi Suzuki.
Dad, can I? No. Honey, do you think we could have that dinner for
Nope.
Dad, can I get in?
No. Hey, Barney, can I borrow the shovel? Nah. No.
At Bank SA, we spend our working hours saying yes. Yes to car loans.
Yes.
Loans for home improvements.
Right, yes. So just tell him straight out the answer is yes.
Loans for just about anything.
Yes.
Call Bank SA and ask about a personal easy loan.
Yes.
Due to our live coverage of the Kangaroos Adelaide Crows game, tonight's episode of Burke's Backyard will not be seen. But you could add some stunning autumn colour to your Friday night's viewing with Don and the team, 7:30 next Friday, here on Channel 9.
Plant growers dump 100,000 plants into Adelaide this weekend. 1,000 camellias, not $6, $3. 2,000 mondo grass, 50 cents. Roses, 50% off. Plant growers dump 100,000 plants into Adelaide this weekend. Golden canes, not 30, 15. Huge cocos, 15. And punnets of seedlings, not $2.50, $1. 1246 South Rocavelli Park, 1246 South Rocavelli Park.
Hey Tom, what's good? I start with mozzarella cheese, add Parmesan and herbs like garlic, a pinch of rosemary.
Sounds like a great sandwich.
Sandwich? It was just the bread.
Subway's new Italian herb and cheese, fresh baked with savoury spices, topped with mozzarella cheese.
Look on, you have just scooped carpet at up to 60% off.
But up to 60% off. There's $7. These 10. Latest decorator 15. Best quality 24. Carpet at the lowest price in Adelaide, or it's free. Look on you.
Confused over what to look for when buying a piano? Let Winston Music take the worry out of your purchase. Winston Music have new Yamaha pianos for just $3,995, backed by a genuine 10-year Yamaha Music Australia warranty. If you prefer pre-loved, just in, or over 70 Winston Music approved and checked upright pianos on sale now for only $1,995, new or used. Buy with confidence from Winston Music, 87 Winston Avenue, Door Park. Open 7 days.
Tom Green.
Sean William Scott.
Road Trip premieres Sunday.
This AFL coverage proudly brought to you by Holden Commodore, Mitre 10 and Sky City Adelaide.
Welcome back to Telstra Stadium. 3-1-19 plays 5-3-33, so still plenty of chances for the Kangaroos, trailing by just 14 points. First goal of the game going to Wayne Carey, an advantage free kick where he strolled into the goal and kicked it straight into the North Melbourne cheer squad, who were not appreciative of either action. Gary Lyon, he may be playing a role that we never think that Wayne Carey would, and that is of the decoy.
Well, it's just a couple of occasions where so much attention's been on Wayne Carey that this is from Bickley. There's Carey leading. They gravitate towards him. There, the resting ruckman there is Hale. The option then is to go over the back to the secondary forward who pushes in. In this case, it was Perry that pushed up to the contest. Robbins was alert to the fact that it was going to happen, but just watch for that. I think it's just natural in this game particularly that so many of the Kangaroo players will push over to Carey, and there might be a little gap open up behind him for a second leader.
There's the kick on screen now as he walks out. Adam Simpson, we're tracking him tonight, and Andy McLeod. We'll see how they go. It's what they've covered so far. McLeod doesn't cover all that much, but the one you watch for, the sprint, both 12%. You watch as the game goes on, McLeod will stay up above, well, he'll climb up above 12%. Gets on the burst a lot. All right, let's go down to the boundary line, and Tony Jones is with Dr. Peter Larkins.
Well, Eddie, I suppose the irony of all this Wayne Carey hype is that, like the good old days, he's attracted a huge crowd here tonight, probably over, well, you'd have to say over 40,000. And the one thing we've noticed is a lot of neutral supporters, Doug.
Yeah, look, David Hale still feeling a little bit sore, having got hit down below. And speaking of King, David King's on the bench. Anthony Stevens, a lot of time on the bench, but no problems with him.
Crows by 14 points. Friday night football, start of the second term. Clark decisively down to Bickley, dragged off the football. Jones picks it up. Kangaroos on the move inside the 50. Bassett had his hands full there, knocked it forward. Harding had it, lost it, in goes Jones. Robbins right on the 50. Getting a deflection, Rashudo. Robbins goes again, gets the hand pass to Baird, spots a man in the pocket and gets it there. And Harding is only 25 metres out.
He's dangerous, and also you notice Drew Petrie's work there. He just held off his opponent. It would have been a free kick. His opponent, Bassett, if he had got to him. I don't think it was even Bassett. No, it was it one of the other?
Tawney.
Yeah, Tawney came to him. But the thing is, Drew Petrie's proving a real handful for Bassett at centre-half forward. He's taken 4 marks already and a real good target pushing up towards the centre circle.
Started the night with 13 goals and rams the post.
Flushed it.
They've got to kick every goal that they can. They've got to take every opportunity they can, the Kangaroos. You just get a feeling that if they don't, they might come up short.
Bad miss there. That's 2 behinds from set shots to Lee Harding. Netted to kick both of those. Great play by Bickley. Again, he has dominated. Burke has done well, but it spills for Rashudo. Through the middle of the ground he goes, holds it up. John Copp kept running from 55. He has a flying shot, and Lee Harding, is he going to be punished again? No, he's not as badly this time. It's through for just 1 point.
Got it down there pretty quickly.
Yeah, gee.
And through the corridor this time. First quarter we were talking about how Adelaide were forcing themselves out wide. Makepeace to Jones, who marks on defensive 55. Porter leads to the wing position. There's not much else on. Archer blocking. Jones spinning the ball, spinning his wheels. Gets the hurry up. Now it's called play on. Eventually kicks up the line, looking for Archer, who found space. Did it well, held it long enough, said the umpire. Well done by Baird too, just held his man off.
Ironic cheers coming from the crowd for the free kicks.
7-1, Ed, in favour of Adelaide.
Archer. Free kick coming back is going to go the way of the Adelaide Crows. Here's Carey. Oh, and Stevens lined him up too. Let there be no mistake about that. Stevens went at him at 100 miles an hour. He get another go. And he grabs him. He's grabbed. Play on for holding the man. And it's going to be on here. Tempest fraying.
And got up and had another go.
Yeah.
And Kerr was joined by Glenn Archer shortly thereafter. Have a look. There you go.
Let a little rib tickler go in. It didn't affect Carey though. He got up. And in typical fashion,
beautiful stuff.
Had to go back. Stevens is fired up, but he's given away another free kick.
Well, they need the emotion, the Kangaroos. That's the advice from the umpire, but they need a bit of emotion in this game. I thought it was a flat opening quarter. They need to stir it up a bit.
Stevens gets run around there by Burns. 10-1 the free kicks in favour of Adelaide, up to the full forward position. Off hands, Bode's got it. He's grabbed. In goes Brady Rawlings there. They dive in on top of it. Look at McLeod. He tries to get it out. Picked up by Smart. He ran over the top of it. Burns is in again. They hold it up. 2 Kangaroos players had at the bottom of the pack, but they would have been unlucky to be given away a free kick. And Stevens regathers his thoughts and reloads for another attack. Wow, what about that, boys?
The runner out to him too, Eddie. I reckon the message from Dean Laidley is Ronnie Burns just gives a little bit of advice. But I reckon it would be just, look, let's get the footy now. No more free kicks.
Here's Jones. Sharked it. Drives it towards the outer side wing. Pitches in no man's land. Bounces very high. Harding. Hard to catch. Hard against the line. Pulls it down inside the 50. Wrestling. Tossed out of it. Motlop. He's going to get the free kick about 35-40 metres from goal. So the umpire is a bit edgy and quick on the whistle at the moment. They know this is a tinderbox.
He's in good position, the umpire. I'm not sure it was a free kick. I reckon play on might have been the call.
Yeah, I thought Hardy was controlling that, but just put the arm right around the body in the end.
Motlop steps just inside the 50.
Not enough.
Misses.
You trust the boy on the run, but the set shot.
Well, they've kicked 3 behinds, the Kangaroos. All 3 of them from set shots within distance and angle. Stevens goes hard at it. Bickley is just having a night out tonight. His 9th possession. Smart overruns it. Motlop concedes ground, but it's Archer who takes the ball, gets it out wide now to Brady Rawlings. Rawlings' kick was a shocker. He put it straight down Bassett's throat at halfback flank for the Crows. Bassett gets it working quickly. Goodwin up towards half-forward flank position. Archer again gets across in front of Carey and takes the mark.
They've been very effective when they go sideways against Adelaide, and they try and take it around all the congestion. Look straight down the line here. Adelaide set up with numbers.
7th possession. Archer's kick drops short. Burke did well to spoil. Goodwin had his hand to the ball. Have a throw in. We've been playing 5 3/4 minutes in this, the second term. The Kangaroos have lifted. They still trail by 13 points. No goals scored in this quarter so far.
Glenn Archer loose across half-back. Now goes to Tyson Edwards. Been dropping back on Carey at every opportunity.
Jones, 3rd man up, got it down to Simpson, normally cast in that role. Kicked it about 15 metres. Brown couldn't control it. Rashudo did well. Hand pass over the top. Matner. They run it through the middle. McLeod kicks inside the 50 low down. Perry couldn't hang on. Crumb there by Makepeace to Colbert under pressure. Jams it on the boot. Heads for the boundary line. Pitches and runs away from Harvey. It'll be tossed in just over 15 minutes till half time. And the Crows up by 13. They led by 14 at the first break. Some synchronised stretching there. King in the foreground.
Oh, watch for Rashudo.
Baird had it knocked away. Robbins. Hand passes about 15 metres. John Cock back to Rashudo. Interesting. Stopped. Applying a tackle. Edwards too high. Free kick to Jones.
Just one thing of that setup. No, Rashudo's so dangerous, but no one stands next to him. They give him 5 metres.
Harvey gets it to Archer. Archer metres in the clear. Hesitates. Spots a man in Robbins. Will it get there in time? Yes, it does. Just outside the 50.
Petrie good again in that contest. Just did enough to protect him.
Robbins the best kick in the world. Falls in short. In front, Hart. Taken off his fingertips by Motlop. Petrie somehow got boot to ball. But he's wide of the mark as we go down to Tony Jones.
Well, Dennis, I can tell you the crowd have been reasonably polite to Wayne Carey up until this quarter. I can tell you the gloves are off now. He's copying it from every quarter of this ground.
In the meantime, the Adelaide Crows have done it beautifully. A bit of circle work, hugged the boundary line. It's Edwards now who runs with 2 bounces up to centre wing. Kicks it inside 50. Was he cleaned up? Carey. Free kick.
No,
Stevens. Yeah, to Stevens. Carey tried to fix him up. He did. Tried to square up, and the umpire was right on it.
He went to shepherd him, and the ball had already gone down the ground. It was a needless bump.
We'll get a shot of it at the moment. We've got the replay. And back here, it's still back on as Stevens goes back. Archer goes over. Now Lee Colbert in there as well. Things are heating up here at Telstra Dome. And it's going to be a free kick downfield to the Kangaroos. 20 metres out directly in front.
Okay, James.
I'll tell you what.
Here it is. Nothing in
that
that.
was pretty tame. But, gee, there's been a little extra to that. Not after even this one. That was tame again. But just a minute or so later, Glenn Archer came over and paid his respects. There you go.
In the meantime, the Kangaroos get the goal. Oh, boy, it's back to 7 points the difference.
And it's still happening, Eddie. It's still happening.
Keep with us forward. Let's get up to the other end. Forget the crowd. It's push and shove at centre half back. Carey's in there. The players are all coming over as well.
Gee, I tell you, it's an electric atmosphere. There's no doubt about it. There's so many little subplots developing here. You almost forget the game. I don't know who's kicked the goal, to be honest, Dermot. I've been watching the other end.
Harding got it, I think.
Harding got it. Right.
Have a look at this. Have a look at this. Have a look at this, boys.
Got the free, got the goal. Come on.
This is getting close to back alley stuff at the moment.
Oh, no, we're right back.
It's warming up.
That'll be interesting.
Oh, gee, I tell you what.
It's more like the family court than a footy match. We're back in the middle. 5-4, 4-3. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this. It's really simmering. Grant, Jones towards half forward. Petrie on a searching lead outside the 50, over the shoulder. Edwards came hard. Stevens, suddenly the crowd hero, finds the line on the bounce.
It is genuinely what the Kangaroos needed. They needed to get this up and going. Stevens is the man that led the way. This is the Archer one. It's just a gentle reminder. Wayne Carey's claimed it.
Well, the fist actually never made contact. It was the inside of the forearm that made any contact with him. One thing, when Stevens went a bit over the top before, his team's played better footy since they've seen him do that.
They sparked up to him. It was too quiet early in the piece.
Clark knocks it down. Bickley missed it. Applies a tackle. Petrie at the base of all of that. So you got the feeling when we arrived, the crowd wanted to let bygones be bygones, but that's all changed now.
I'll back out this way, guys, so give me space.
Oh, that's great. Now, they've got to sit on... Corey Jones is on Rashudo here at this bounce down. He's got to sit on him. They're the furthest on away from us at the pack. Corey Jones is a ball follower, and Rashudo keeps getting the ball.
55 metres out. Petrie lays it down. Robbins, aided by Harvey, couldn't control it. Robbins goes again, clashes with Hart, charging in his grab, picked up by Harvey, moved it about 10 metres, head down, charging into the pack down there. Jones, and Jones is getting the free. For these umpires, they know what they've got.
Make no mistake about this, the Kangaroo players have come to life, and you just get a feeling here that they were looking to their captain just to see how he was going to approach this game, and it was tame early, but he said enough's enough, I'm going to spark this thing up, and they've all taken the lead, and they have played their best 8 minutes of footy as a result.
And the Kangaroos have got the last 5 free kicks. The total now 10-6. It was 10-1. Corey Jones should kick it 25 metres out. So far this season, just the 1 goal. Important kick. Margin at 7 points. He splits the middle.
Oh yeah, there's some. some with the numbers slightly smudged, that can be a real problem, because even if it doesn't scan, say it's on a packet of frozen chips, and they're quite the worst things for scanning, I can tell you that much, and then they have to put the number and they get to a number and it's slightly smudged. I mean, they have to call the manager sometimes in the supermarket. It can just lead to hours and hours, well, not hours, I'm exaggerating here, you know, minutes of complete turmoil in the supermarket. But then I take it back and I put it in the book and order is restored. And you know what I think if they could...
Cool, point the difference. The Kangaroos have kicked the 2 goals of this second term. Boy, have we got a ball game on our hands now. We have got an event. Rashudo grabbed, thrown to the ground, and the crowd has responded tonight. They've turned up, and no doubt there's plenty watching on Nine's Widewater Sports.
I think Dennis has said too that the crowd came along and perhaps we're going to be a bit of a wait and see, but they have got involved, as you said. This is good for the Kangaroos at the moment. Right now, it's a good situation.
Well, the Kangaroo supporter, there's only one team to bury for, the blue and white stripes. Forget about past glories. Regardless, here's a chance now, John Cock, and certainly the Crows have gone into their shell.
They have. No doubt about that, as we have a look at just who has had most of the footy. And that tells a bit of a story. That turned it around from the first quarter, the Kangaroos.
This kid's in trouble again, Hale.
We've got another one in the ruck, I reckon, Doom.
There's the Wirra box. Throw in. Clark got a shove. Umpire called play on Rashudo. Strong body, stood up in the tackle. Handballed it over to Edwards. Good play, McGregor. Caught by one arm. Was good play there by King. Umpire will have a free kick, and gee, has been really hurt.
Yeah, I think it was another ruck contest, and I don't know how badly winded he is, but Porter comes on as a result.
Gone straight up the race. Yeah. All right, we'll get into Dr. Peter Larkins in a moment. Free kick.
Thanks, Roo. The free kicks continue to mount. And
listening for the umpire there. Sorry, Gary.
Oh, look, Dermot's point's right. They've lost their composure, Adelaide, and they've got to show some fight here and some... they've got to support Carey and get their head over the footy and win a hard ball.
7th free kick for the Kangaroos for the quarter. We've been playing 14.5 minutes. Umpire calls play on now, and Burke got away. Oh, he's dropped the foot. Play on, says the umpire now. Oh, shocking opportunity, goes begging there. Picked up by McLeod. They can really hurt you on the rebound. Rashudo being chased there by Stevens. Just kicks blindly up to half forward. Bad bounce for Makepeace. Out comes Perry. Gets it now. Finally gets a handball working out towards McLeod. Dancing. The shop shoes shuffle going there. Picked up by Goodwin. Around the body he goes up to full forward, but there's nobody home. Only Kangaroos, and Sinclair marks. Brings it out to the Dockland side.
Walk for him out this side.
Baird. Told to play on. Gives it to Grant. Is it left half back? Runs a fair measure. Kicks it up towards the wing. Awkward one for Makepeace. Didn't get there quickly enough. McGregor knocked it away. This is Motlop. Out against the boundary line. Given some space and time. Centering kick. Petrie couldn't hang on. Bickley with wonderful courage. Knows no other way. Twice in after that football. And we'll have a ball up.
Let's have a look what happened to young Hale in the ruck. Knee goes in. Same spot. Same spot.
Tough night. Clark knocks it down. Goodwin got the arm free. Bickley fumbled. Matten has got it in front of him. In trouble. Bode breaking away hurriedly. Clever kick. Just outside the 50. Edwards is away. Runs to the 50. Settles. Some hesitation. Nobody deep. Not 15 apparently. Bode lines up. Offline. Floating back Perry.
Good work, Wayne Carey, on that occasion. When you have a look at it again, you'll find that he could have elected to go. The adrenaline would have said, go, go, go. Made a smart decision to stay down and protect Perry. Tyson Edwards is playing on Glenn Archer. Glenn Archer's had a good quarter, but, gee, he's given Tyson Edwards a shot at the footy.
Ian Perry, 1 goal so far. 15 metres out. Slots it. They needed that one. A bit of breathing space. He's got 2.
When did you last stop and think about your comprehensive car insurance? Does yours compare with Amy? Amy guarantees your rating 1 for life if you've held it for the last 3 years. And we reduce your premium every year up to the age of 25 if you've completed our skilled drivers course. Plus, if you're with Amy, your partner and kids can save when they join us. You can expect more from Amy. Switch now.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Respect Edwards. There's the protection. This Carey on your right of screen there, elected to stay back, keep Colbert out of the contest, and you feel pretty comfortable when you know you've got that sort of coverage.
Disposals this quarter 38 apiece, 2 goals to 1 in the Kangaroos' favour, but it's Adelaide who lead by 7 points. 8 3/4 minutes left in the quarter. Johncock back to Bickley, who has just been sensational tonight. McLeod starting to get into the game as well. He puts it out in front of Ronnie Burns, and Burns runs onto it beautifully. Looks up, gets the lead from Perry in the pocket, decides to go short. To Matner it is. Matner has the ball 55, 60 metres out from goal. False start. They're lining up across half forward. They'll concede ground to open it up. Bickley's got it. Now he goes out wide still to McGregor. Under pressure, got it inside Bode. Clean bowled on that occasion. Edwards, beautiful pickup. And a magnificent release to McLeod, whose kick is too good on the hook. And bounces over the line and out of bounds for a throw-in.
Now it's important that the Kangaroos get the right direction with their hit out here. Big Porter's down there. He dropped it goal side on his hip, and they goaled from that in the last quarter. He's just got to thump it back towards the boundary.
Crows by 7 points. Biglands this time knocked it down. Over the football, Stevens, chopped off by Burns, tackled by Sinclair, spills across to Bode under pressure, snaps. Was it touched? I don't think so. They confer.
I didn't see it.
I think the score is 2-0 for 6. Yes, sir.
How do I get 10 out of 10?
When you get a store with just what you need. Plus, people with real knowledge to give advice that helps save you time and money. Plus, the buying power of over 700 stores to guarantee you competitive prices every time you visit. That's the choice, advice and price commitment that add up to 10 out of 10.
And you can't beat 10 out of 10.
Might have 10.
Thrust.
It was 14 points the difference at quarter time. The Roos got within a point, and now it's back out to 13 points the difference. 2 goals on the trot to the Adelaide Crows. It's picked up by Simpson around the body. Up towards half-forward flank. Brown there, but it's punched away by McGregor. Good play, Rashudo. Conceded ground again to Bassett. High up and under. There's plenty of Kangaroos there. Getting back, though, was Johncock, who did enough. Matner handballs out to Rashudo. The rampaging Rashudo around the body. Well read and picked up there by Brady Rawlings. He gets the handball going to Sinclair. Up the line it goes to Stevens. Captain Courageous goes to the boot, but he's put it over the line and out of bounds. On the full free kick to the Crows. 21 clangers to 14. North Melbourne leading in an area that they'd love to not be. Rashudo from just inside the true centre half-back position brings it out to Hart at half-back flank. Hart has plenty of options. Decide to go long, looking for Nigel Smart. Burke had the front position. Smart kept his feet. He just threw that over. Umpires called the advantage, said it was in the back. Bode kicks to full forward. Out they come. Mark's dropped. Simpson does it well. Puts his body on the line. Watt gets it out towards Grant. Grant gets it over the top to Harding, to Sinclair. Lines there. That's 50 metres out from goal. From a step, he kicks it up towards the wing position. Good play by Brown. Got to the front. Umpire said he didn't hold the mark. McGregor tries to squeeze the handball over to Smart. Does it beautifully. In the back, no, says the umpire. Now McLeod gets it out. Look at that kick. Just lays it off beautifully. And coming out to take the mark again is Matner. Was it Stingline?
Stingline.
Stingline, my apologies.
Gee, he's been fantastic on Shannon Grant too. That's play on.
Why? McLeod, not 15 to the umpire side.
Yep.
Yeah. Close to the boundary line. That's on the full. Oh, rotten luck. Played it against his own boot. Keep waiting to see Tommy Grant in the crowd. Ball off the boot. As a result, the Crows forward again. Burns close to the boundary line, make peace. What will he do here? Well, this game's had everything. Expects the unexpected.
Well, I reckon he's thinking deliberate out of bounds. It's on the agenda at the moment. I think I'll take the safe option and kick an own goal. Right about now, he thinks, oh no, I better not.
Nice shot. 14 points the difference. Same margin as quarter time. So for all the energy expanded, the Kangaroos have not been able to make up any ground at all.
Well, if the one in the middle was play on for lack of distance 1 minute ago, that was shorter.
Harvey transfers play to Watt. Yep. Shannon Grant.
8th possession coming up. Stengblein's done pretty well and reduced Shannon Grant's effectiveness.
Colbert. 4th possession coming up. Stevens leads, sits up for him, takes the mark.
Remember, this is from a kick-in too. This is 5th possession and they're 55 metres from goal. So Adelaide is starting to really press well in the one-on-one.
6th touch for Stevens, whose last kick went out of bounds in the full. That was close to the line, picked up by Brown. He got it to Grant. The kick was just forward, was hopeful at best. King made something of it though. The ball spills to Harris. Harris does it beautifully out to Simpson. Onto Archer. This will lift the Kangaroos if he can kick a goal. He stutters, he stops, he gets it over now to Simpson, who's a left footer. He gets it back to Archer. Lines up the open goal and he puts it through. Oh, the Kangas love that one.
The new Commodore. It's like corners were made for it.
Kept their heads. A margin 8 points. 12 possessions for Adam Simpson. Approaching half-time. Just under 5 minutes, as you can see. Biglands decisively. Bode had it, lost it. Simpson again, 13 possessions. That came hard and fast to Brown.
Led too early, David Burke.
Goes out wide, right on the 50. He's found King. King can kick it a long way.
You should put it on the ground and soccer it.
That's his go, isn't it?
First touch for the night for David King.
Spent some time on the interchange bench.
There's a fair bit of room between the man on the mark and the goal square. And they'll be looking for the pace of Harding to lead into that. Rashudo tries to fill it up now.
You'd have a pin, wouldn't you, if you're King? And then sing?
Don't go any further, Gary.
Like a man on the high tower to the deep breath, and in he comes, 55 metres out. I'd suggest he got underneath that one, and it's gone out of bounds on the full in the pocket.
He lost where the man on the mark was. He was going to kick, all of a sudden John Cock was upon him.
No man on the mark.
Rashudo walks inside the field of play and called a play on. Biglands out of defence. Body's going in willingly. Kick up towards the wing. Pitches in front of Colbert. Awkward bounce. The two number twos. Carey too slow. Ball's out of bounds and will be tossed in. Down towards left half forward. The emotions are running high tonight with the Telstra Dome.
No need to call when Carey goes to the ball, Dennis.
Lip read the gentleman in the black and red top.
Well, don't tell us.
I think his mate said, "You're on telly, just quieten down." That was a spur for him. He went on. Here's Robbins hurriedly inside, well, just outside the 50, into the forward zone for the Kangaroos. Well done by Stevens to King, lines up, and he misses. Well wide.
David King, you can see already it's not his night, but a champion player is able to say, right, it's not my night, but still come back out, regroup and have some effect. Just don't say to yourself, ain't my night, not going to happen for me. Screw yourself up and do it.
This is the danger period for the Kangaroos. The Adelaide Crows are the team in the red time. Free kick. There's a big 3 minutes coming up.
Benny Hart went over the kick in 10 metre square then.
In the meantime, Petrie gets a free kick. Kicks to the pocket. Harvey shoved his man under the ball. Ball comes out. Grant over the line, out of bounds, throw in. Tony Jones.
Well, Eddie, as you know, the newspaper photographer's always out in force at the footy, and no prizes for guessing what these lenses are directed at. Yes, Wayne Carey, the play is actually down the other end of the ground, but those lenses nowhere near it. So if you lose sight of Carey, just follow the lenses.
I know what the Herald Sun and Adelaide Advertiser will have tomorrow as Jess Sinclair comes in and kicks a point. 2 in a row to the Kangaroos. Boy, do they need that one.
They have missed some real gettable opportunities, the Kangaroos. I reckon 4 or 5 bad misses.
Well, have a watch Benny Hart. He definitely went over this line when he kicked in last time. The umpire didn't pick it up.
3 goals, 4 for the quarter to the Kangaroos.
Dean Laidley, first season in the cauldron here. Hart, short. Massey on the ground, goes back to Hart. Confronted by Modlock, squeezes the kick away up towards the wing. It pitches about 5 metres in. Well done by Brown, came Hart, cleverly by Harding. Slipped by Harris, back to Brown. Kicks inside the 50. Wonderful rebound opportunity here for the Kangaroos. Grant has got it about 35 metres out. Very clever work in a confined space on the boundary line. Archer off the ground, close to half-time.
Sensational in close, in confined spaces, made something out of nothing. They've done enough, the Kangaroos. They have done enough to go in on level terms, justifiably so, and I think it'll be a pretty reasonable result from both sides.
Shannon Grant, 10 possessions tonight, his career high, 39 against St Kilda, round 8 of 2001. Huge kick this one. And make it line ball. Trying to work it left to right. It would not come back. Had a mind of its own behind.
Well, Gary, the Kangaroos now have kicked 6 goals, 6, and as you said before, at least 5 of them. At least 5 of them have been absolute gimmies.
Thanks, Steve.
Or gettables at the very least. Inside 50s, 11 this quarter for 3 goals to the Kangaroos, 7 to Adelaide for 2 goals. It's a 5-point ball game. Whoa, Shannon Grant almost a chance. Bode just took the mark.
Wait for it.
Played 28.5 minutes in this term. 42 to 47. Inside a minute and a half. Good play by Petrie. Bode attacked it. It spills for Harvey. The banana shot. Cheer squad tells the story. Kangaroos hit the front.
McLeod, long drop punt from just outside 50. He has kicked 3 so far today. Misses.
Big fly, McLeod.
Big win indeed. Don't go anywhere. Bickley, a piece of brilliance. Oh, it gets up high.
National 9 News at 6. We know our football.
Very clever goal. Brent Harvey grew up barracking for Geelong. His footy idol was Gary Ablett. A bit of Ablett about this one. The outside of the boot, bends it back, and for the first time tonight the Kangaroos lead this one. You'd say likely to be in front at half-time, although over a minute to go. Biglands knocks it down. Now a chance for the Kangaroos again. Simpson sweeps it wide. Rawlings goes down towards half forward. Missed down there by Grant. Picked up by Robbins. Goes back to Grant. About 10 metres in from the boundary line to Robbins under pressure. Touched off the boot. You heard the umpire. As a result, it spills across the boundary line. Will be tossed in.
Glenn Archer sits and rests. Kangaroos have fought back hard here. Won plenty of the footy. That's a fair gap, actually. They're very good at feeding the ball backwards. They get numbers back behind it and then push forward and attack.
Tossed in. Biglands again. Harris lays it off. Simpson with the right boot inside the 50. Bouncing football. Motlop tried to be too clever. Needed to take it. This is Hart. Lays a hand pass off. John Cock for space. Up towards the wing. How will this one bounce? Awkwardly. Edwards kept his eye on it. Harvey feeds it back. Grant down to 25 seconds. Gets the hand pass away to Harvey.
Harvey's kick is smothered. King comes out. 19 seconds left on the clock. John Cock just slams it on the boot. It's all Crows here. There's time for another score. Bode's got it. They can run and kick. In the middle of the ground, there's plenty of Crows. That's where he's looking. This is going to be the awkward bounce. Which way will it go? It spills now for Bickley. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Ronnie Burns with 1 second to go. It's a goal to the Crows. He gets his second, and the Crows are in front.
I reckon the Bode kick was a miss kick, Dermot. There you go. The 2 players in the middle of the ground, I reckon it was a miss kick.
I'm with you.
And it looked all right in the end. But, gee, there's some fancy dancing here. Mark Bickley had a sensational first half of footy.
I was listening to Ed. It was like a rocket launch. Well done, Ed.
Thanks, fellas.
Aren't you thankful, boys, that the change rooms are at opposite ends of the ground?
Well, there you go. That was a half a football with everything, and Wayne Carey at his cocky best give the Kangaroos fans a bit of a smile as he goes off. He's had 3 kicks for the night. He's kicked 1 goal so far. He's had a clash with Stevens. He's had a clash with Archer. And we're only halfway there. We'll take a break. Kangaroos 7-6-48. The Crows back in front 8-5, 53. And coming up now, it's the Holden Half Hour starring Sam Newman, Dermot Brereton and Gary Lyon. This is AFL on 9.
.30 Saturday.
Hello?
A stranger in the night.
Someone there?
A secret admirer with eyes for Lana.
Yes, me it sounds more like a stalker than a secret admirer.
And cause for jealousy.
Get away from her!
Smallville, Saturday on 9.
Brendan Fraser and Alicia Silverstone.
Are we getting hot?
Yes. In the romantic comedy smash hit.
A man walks into your life, the kindest, most polite guy you've ever met.
And I haven't committed.
Blast from the past, 8:30 Saturday on 9.
Some crop circles have appeared overnight and scientists are
The new Holden Ute. A force of nature.
Take a tour of the European jewellery in Graham's Jewellers' Reserve collection. Diamond set 18-carat panther bracelet and Paris design diamond set earrings. Exclusive diamond set 2-tone 18-carat Nefertiti pendant and 18-carat 2-tone neck chains. Stunning emerald and diamond pendant and unique 18-carat 3-tone twist necklet. Reserve some time in your life to stand out from the crowd. Graham's Jewellers.
You see this little mark here? This mark's going to save you $600 this weekend. 600 off, 600 off, 600 off, 600 off, 600 off. This weekend, we're having a dirty big clean out. 50 off, 100 off, 150 off, 200 off. The lot $4.99 and an amazing 1,300 off. This weekend, we're cleaning out everything. This place is a pigsty, so come and clean up. Betty Bot.
The reverse angle showed that was a good call for offside.
Oh, my word, I think we've got extra man on the pitch.
Can't imagine he'll get too far, though.
I don't know. So far, he's giving the police nothing but a good look at his backside. I don't know if this is a cry for help, but it certainly got my attention. Oh, dear. That's an image going to stay with me for a very long time.
Scorched onto my retina. I bet they'll confiscate those shoes if they ever catch him.
And he's off like a bull with gas.
At Kmart, we're cutting the cost of giving this Mother's Day because we've got a huge range of gift ideas at the lowest prices guaranteed. Like 25% off all women's sleepwear. No further discounts apply. That's our entire women's sleepwear collection at 25% off. And selected bath and body gift packs under $15. At under $15, you and Mum can both relax. So there's only one place to go for Mum's favourite brands at the lowest prices guaranteed. Kmart, cutting the cost of giving this Mother's Day.
If you're going to make a video,
come on,
don't send it to your girlfriend.
Tom Green.
Sean William Scott.
In the funniest movie of the year.
Road Trip.
Premieres 8:30 Sunday on 9.
7:30 every Tuesday, Billy and Sam make a date.
I didn't want things to turn out this way.
Just to be sure they catch all the drama.
You're in a skirt, keep your knees closed. Hey, this is good advice.
All new Gilmore Girls, 7:30 Tuesday on 9.
Holden half-time.
Half-time here at the Telstra Dome, and a late Ronnie Burns goal right on the siren has wrested the lead back for the Adelaide Crows, and it is 5 points the margin. 7-6-48 the Kangaroos to Adelaide 8-5-53. Both sides, Dermot, had their opportunities to crack it open.
Oh, they certainly did. The Kangaroos, they're the only multiple goal kicker. Brent Harvey, singles to Harding, Sinclair, David Burke, Archer and Jones. And for Adelaide, 2 multiples, Perry and Burns with 2 each, Edwards, Stangler and Carey, and Bode a single apiece.
Both sides have enjoyed periods of dominance. It looked like Adelaide were going to crack it open, and then a little bit of passion and feeling came into it. And
oh, it was good.
Yeah, it was great. It got things going. Tyson Stegmine is a very accomplished footballer. He has got, at the moment, Shannon Grant under control and also managed to kick a goal.
Yeah, Grant only got away from him, really, in the last few minutes there, but Ian Perry, Shannon White tightened up on him from about the 10-minute mark of that quarter, but he conceded front spot against him all the time. Ronnie Burns has got a couple to his name. He's just sort of found himself in play, hasn't been a crumbing type forward. Bode has been good value. He snaps one again himself in a second or two. And look, Mark Bickley, he's played in the centre, and when it gets willing, he loves this. This is Ronnie Burns. This is siren goes now. There you go. And I'll tell you what, they go in with the lead because of that one. Pretty lucky, but that's the rules.
There's a little subplot developing, of course, and Sam Newman will join us shortly to have a look at the Wayne Carey reunion with his North Melbourne players. But just from a point of view of his play, I don't reckon he's been getting to enough contests, and I'd question his fitness and his ability to play across half forward for a whole night. This is the first goal of the game. Fortuitous advantage call over the back, but he doesn't move with the same freedom. No. I think he's a touch underdone still, and really Lee Colbert hasn't had a lot of work to do, to be perfectly honest. He's probably only got 2. I reckon this is one of the rare marking contests he's actually been to.
That one is significant. Once he runs 40-50 metres, he can't jump at the end of it. No, I think well, I've said it before, I think it's as good as Wayne Carey's spot is going to be. As long as he can get to the contest, you watch him, and I mean, he would love to go to that, but he knows now he can't jump after he's run 40 or 50 metres. He just doesn't have that stamina in his body anymore. Still knows seriously what's going on and knows everything that's happening around him. But yeah, I think that's probably as good as you're going to see the Carey body.
He just works hard for his teammates. Now, the Kangaroos rallied. They rallied halfway through the second quarter. They caught fire, and they had a lot of space up forward. They had some quick movers. They certainly had Brent Harvey and gave him as much room as they possibly could. And when you got the leg speed such as a Harvey, such as a Lee Harding, well, you're always a chance. David Burke's return to footy was celebrated with a goal early in the game, but
coughed
probably hasn't done enough.
Yeah, coughed up one on the lead, but he has attacked it and given it his all. Now, this is called inventiveness. They had no idea what they were doing here. One midfielder who's not a goal kicker and one backman who's, well, never really been a goal kicker, but they invented a way to get it a shot on goals, and I think the happiness there is more the excitement of how did we do that? But
exactly.
yeah, he's been good value, Archer.
And just like I was impressed with Petrie. I thought he's been presenting so very well. Ends up with a very clever goal here to Brent Harvey, but it was created by Drew Petrie, and his willingness to stand at half forward's been great. The game's been great, Dermot, but I tell you, there was a time there through the second quarter where it was as electric as I've seen at a game of footy. It was an unbelievable atmosphere, and Sam Newman will join Eddie Maguire to look at just that. Wayne Carey's return to footy against his former teammates, the Kangaroos.
This newsbreak is brought to you by Bank SA, the Bank of South Australians.
Good evening. The man who killed Adelaide student Megumi Suzuki has pleaded guilty to another murder. He told the Supreme Court he also killed 30-year-old Maya Jakic. Her best friend, Ada Gregov, says the admission has helped to ease 4 years of pain.
It is a big relief for, I would say, every citizen in Adelaide that he is behind the bars. He is a very, very dangerous man.
That's all from the newsroom for now. Our next bulletin in Nightline at 11:15. Good night.
Sex and our kids.
Hormones are crazy.
Are they?
She kissed him.
Or aren't they?
Did she? She did.
Plus, Mosh and Bex on food, fame and football. 60 Minutes, 7:30 Sunday on 9.
Confused over what to look for when buying a piano? Let Winston Music take the worry out of your purchase. Winston Music have new Yamaha pianos for just $3,995, backed by a genuine 10-year Yamaha Music Australia warranty. If you prefer pre-loved, just-in or over 70 Winston Music approved and checked upright pianos on sale now for only $1,995, new or used. Buy with confidence from Winston Music, 87 Winston Avenue, Door Park. Open 7 days.
X-Men 2.
Here's your chance to not only buy quality casual living furniture at floor stock clearance prices, but also get 12 months interest-free terms and no payments till 2004.
It's casual living for me.
Only while stocks last.
It's on now. The Adelaide Metropolitan Toyota dealers present the week of the big deal. For 1 week only, you get big deals on the entire range of brand new Toyotas. Drive away the Avalon Advantage at just $29,990. Echo from just $14,490. Hurry in for big deals on literally hundreds of top quality used cars. Sacrificed from just $8,990. Plus big trade-ins and special finance offers. Tomorrow is your last chance. See your nearest Adelaide Metro Toyota dealer and support the team that supports the Crows.
Tom Green.
Sean William Scott.
Road Trip premieres Sunday.
So hold me when I'm here, love me when I'm wrong, hold me when I'm scared, and love me when I'm gone. Everything I am and everything in me wants to be the one you wanted me to be. I'll never let you down, even if I could. I'd give up everything, if only for your good. So hold me when I'm here, love me when I'm wrong. You can hold me when I'm scared, you won't always be there. So love me when I'm gone.
Welcome back to Holden Half Time. And gee, I tell you what, you've got your money's worth tonight in half a game of football. Sam Newman joins me now to dissect the Wayne Carey quarter and a half, well, 2 quarters of football there. Sam, welcome aboard.
Thank you very much, Ed. Wayne Carey, just a shadow of his former self, Ed, but
Has had knee problems during the week, had fluid drained off his knee.
Well, we'll take that into account. Still a shadow of his former self if you saw those clips of him playing for the Kangaroos. But TGFA, thank God for Archer. Lacklustre game going really nowhere until Glenn decided, I reckon he's put himself on the block tonight, Glenn Archer. I don't think he was fit to play, and he might completely refute this, but...
Let's have a look at the Wayne Carey Chronicles tonight. That's when Steve-O decided to try and take him out. There was no doubt about that. Didn't lift the elbow, that was all fair. And then they have another go here, and Archer lets one rip. Stevens holds on. Free kick.
Free kick, and there's no doubt Glenn Archer has made a full-blooded and concerted attempt to knock the king off his throne. There's just a bit of passive hoppo-bumpo, and that was ridiculous. That's just shepherding off the ball. That's reasonable action by Carey, and this is where it all started. And Wayne just suggesting that that's quite a legitimate thing. That's he just fell over. Stevens there, and then this. Now this is why I reckon Glenn Archer has decided he'll fall on his own sword. I don't think he's fit. He's going to get a week for that, Ed, because that is a premeditated hit in the stomach, and it's sensational stuff. Glenn Archer, as I say, thank heavens he's playing, because he's put the spark into this game. And I would think, Ed, surely that if you walk up to someone and hit him in the stomach, no malice, no fire in it, but that is a premeditated infringement, and he'll get a week for that if the tribunal are fair income.
Well, possibly. I mean,
I'm not hoping he does. I mean, it's fantastic.
Well, you could argue
stuff.
it was a similar sort of thing that happened with Lloydie a couple of weeks ago.
All right, so you can walk up to someone.
Well,
walk up.
I know, we can argue this
one.
Anyway, let's have a look at the banners, OK? There's some of we can argue this one. We'll do it all week anyway. Wayne, thanks for 244 games. Love you, Wayne, and you can read that
Carey, I love your wife. Yep. No, look, they've been pretty passive, the crowd. He's hasn't done a hell of a lot, mind you. He hasn't ignited the crowd too much. And there's the very, very stern officials dragging all those inflammatory banners, Ed. You know, those inflammatory banners that are not allowed to be put up at football.
No, exactly.
But let's hope they can all stay on the ground again. And as I say, if Glenn Archer... I honestly believe Glenn Archer's about 3 weeks away from playing football, and just said he'd play tonight, and I reckon he'll suspend himself for a week if he keeps going.
Just in wrapping up, because we've got about 30 seconds left, second half, what do you predict? Do you think that he'll come out and play football, or do you think that there might be more of the same?
Well, I think the Crows are just playing very ordinary football, Ed, and after the hype and the drama of all this has worn off at half-time, if Gary Ayres doesn't grab those blokes by the scruff of the neck and say, hey, listen, we are twice as good a side as this mob, and I really reckon they are, they'll come out and give them a belting.
All right, there you go. That's Sam Newman. That was Holden half-time. We'll be back with the second half right after this. It's AFL on 9.
Holden Half Time. This AFL coverage proudly brought to you by Carlton Draft, Amy and Primus Telecom.
There's a world of premier entertainment next week on 9.
Sunday night, the hit movie premiere, Road Trip.
Monday, the sex is all new and it's back to back.
This is cuckoo.
It's a Sex and the City double play.
Then Wednesday, the first of 2 big nights of Survivor.
It's gonna be hot.
And in a world first on Thursday, you say it, we play it.
Get away, it's your call live.
Yes!
Don't go too far from the world of premier entertainment next week on 9. A film that will move you,
Why doesn't he want me?
challenge you,
Don't mess around with sacred things.
and change you.
My name is Pakia Apirana, and I come from a long line of chiefs stretching all the way back to the Wild Rider.
At this year's most important film festivals, one film was honoured by all audiences. Whale Rider.
At Truscott Hi-Fi, every plug leads to a bargain. LG 68cm Flattron TVs with teletext and bonus $100 off. Truscott Hi-Fi, Adelaide's lowest prices with up to 24 months interest-free terms.
Jarvis Toyota goes one better at the huge Jarvis Toyota sale. Buy a brand new Toyota at next to cost or choose from over 300 used cars. All makes and models priced to clear. And remember, every Jarvis used car comes with a 3-year warranty, 3-year roadside assistance and even a money-back guarantee. Sign up, drive away with no deposit and no repayments for 9 months. Why pay more elsewhere when Jarvis Toyota goes one better? Jarvis Toyota, South Road, Tonsley.
Big savings on a big range of hardware in Stratco's big sale. Stratco colour fence sheets, great value at $11.65 each. 2-piece diamond blade cutting discs, only $14.95. Bonus $75 gift voucher with Stratco Heritage Garden Sheds. 1 metre drainage channel and grate, just $18.95 each. And 2 modular rainwater tanks, only $215. It'd be a big mistake to miss it.
What you need today?
It's big.
Famous quality laminate timber flooring at near half price. What would you pay for flooring direct from Germany? $45? $35? Try $19.95. That's right, only $19.95. Timber flooring at the lowest price in Adelaide, or it's free. Lacornu.
It's the hottest games of the round, live and back-to-back. It's AFL Super Sunday on 9. At midday, desperation meets domination when the Cats attempt the ultimate upset. Geelong tackle Brisbane live. Then the Dockers batten down the hatches as the Bomber revival hits the Western Front. Sheedy superstars are out to conquer the Subiaco streak. Fremantle Essendon live, 2:45 Sunday.
Do you know the joke about 2 guys walking into a bar? Well, this is the bar. And that's the 2 guys. She doesn't realise it yet, but she's in a joke.
Brewery Fresh Carlton Draft. Draft beer at its best.
And a big crowd in tonight at Telstra Stadium, and they've had everything in the first half of football. It's the Crows leading by 5 points, and Glenn Archer back out there and fired up, not only for 4 points, try and square the ledger against his old mate and captain. Boys, let's have a look at the clearance.
Well, the big thing here is hit-outs, Eddie. 28-7, Durham 2. I mean, they have been dominant getting their hands on it, but it doesn't show up on the clearances. I mean, the clearances are pretty much level pegging, as you can see.
Yeah, they're doing so well reading off Clark and Biglands. This is the Kangaroos underneath players. And I would say that every time the Kangaroos have won a centre bounce hit out, the Adelaide Crows have definitely cleared it. They just so tuned into reading the opposition players' hands.
And they love feeding the footy back. I mean, someone's got to
both teams do.
Someone's got to wake up to the fact that Adam Simpson will just sit off the back of the pack and tighten up on him.
Let's go down to Tony Jones and Dr. Peter Larkins, with there's only 3 on the bench for the Kangas.
Well, I can tell you it was a pretty tense mood in the Adelaide rooms, Eddie. The players rallying around Wayne Carey at that half-time break, and the message from Gary Ayres, short and sweet, basically cool it. I dare say that Dean Lately had a similar message for his Kangaroos. Whether they heed that advice or not remains to be seen, Doc.
Yeah, and 3 on the bench, as you said, Ed, we won't see David Hales again tonight. We saw him get a very heavy knock down in the nether region, and then get a second knock, mainly in the ribs the second time, been winded. He's still vomiting quite extensively, lying down in the rooms. Won't be visiting the bench again tonight, David Hales.
David Hale, playing only his second game, originally from Broad Beach. We'll remember this one.
200 centimetres, only 94 kilos. It's going to hurt.
So far, an unforgettable night. We'll remember this. Start of the 3rd term. Crows by 5 points. Rucks go at it. Clark on the way down. Rashudo in trouble. Knocked away by Simpson. Hand passes towards half forward. Standing his ground, Tawney off his step back towards the wing. Great mark. Rawlings stretching every sinew.
Good hands.
Grant lays it off. Sinclair. Colbert, centre half back to a contest on the wing. This will be interesting. Matner tracks Harvey. Harvey decided to take him on, but the boundary line beat the pair. Throw in directly in front of our commentary position. Friday night football. Crows led by 14 at quarter time.
Adelaide have got 2 men to 1 in the centre square if they get it out the back door.
Porter in front. Simpson loves that role. 3rd man up. They've got to try and chop him out. Harding back to Simpson. Goes with the right boot down towards half forward. John Cock. Rashudo trying to lift his team. Sweeping hand pass. Now Hart with some time. Square ball. Smart up from the back pocket. Stenglein on a lead, coming back with courage. Stevens, wonderful. Found it on the ground, gave it to Grant. Confronted by Massey. Out of space, but a magnificent kick. Manufactured something. Motlop runs to the 50, then spots a man in the middle. Robbins. Well done. His eyes were bulging. He saw the goals and then disciplined himself and came back to the middle.
Mark that down to Stevens, Gary. You took it words out of him, man. Mark, that play right there is the pivotal play. And, well, look, that might be the signal for the Kangaroos, because you know that the captain's going to play from start to finish here, and he's won them a goal and will get them the lead back.
So Robbins started with the West Coast Eagles, didn't play a senior match, went to Brisbane. What's he done? I think he may have missed. He has from 35 metres out directly in front of him, and his eyes closed.
So to that bloke there, looks like Molly Meldrum under that cap. Wow, have they missed some opportunities, the Kangaroos? I reckon at least 6, boys. 6 of the 7 are gettable.
Absolutely.
They can really hurt on the rebound, the Adelaide Crows. You can't give them this many chances. It's Bode on centre wing. Thumps it inside 50. Here come the Crows this time. Archer was high up from behind. It came down to Colbert. Rawlings handballs off to Sinclair on his favoured left boot along the line. Good play again by Stevens. Look at that. Porter gets it out. Archer crashes through. Gets the handball working. Robbins now to Makepeace. Needed to drop the shoulder. Carey just stood there. Didn't try to clean him up. It comes through McLeod. Good play out to McGregor. Almost off. Petrie was bearing down on him. McGregor now. Super flood going on. McLeod, just the man. Look at that. Just measures the kick beautifully. And the mark has been taken there by Matner. Inside 50.
He's run around for the last 90 seconds. Andy McLeod without an opponent. Robbins is his direct opponent. This kid's pretty pacey. That's why they've got him on Harvey tonight.
Has yet to kick a career goal. Game number 11 tonight from the Sturt player, elevated from the rookie list last season. Played 7 games in 2002. Game number 11 tonight for his first goal in AFL football. The margin 4 points to the Adelaide Crows. In comes Matner from inside 50. The kick is on its way and it fades on its trajectory through for one behind.
A couple of matchups down there they could still exploit, I think. Glenn Archer on Tyson Edwards. He will go to the contest, Glenn Archer, and try and provide support in the air. I think Adelaide have got to play through Edwards more. He's just got to present himself and draw more of the footy as it goes forward.
Makepeace very short. Rawlings. Makepeace in the back pocket. Chips for space. This will be interesting. Massey got there. Knocks it back towards the boundary. Good result for the Crows. Boundary throw in. Who's been getting the ball? Let's check.
They're giving each other a fair bit of room through the middle. Dermot said before, McLeod had some space. Simpson's had a lot of space all night. Rashudo's been getting plenty of it. It's a pretty offensive game through the midfield.
Tossed in, right full forward, directed down by Porter. Jones didn't have the footy. This is Harvey. Out against the line with the outside of the boot. Good kick under the circumstances, up towards the wing. Interesting. Petrie confronted there by Matner. Got his arms free. Well done. John cocked his base. Bickley almost run down once and twice. Slipped it away. John Cock touched off the boot. Goes very high in the air. Edwards came hard. Colbert's got it. Feeds it back. The dangerous pass. Harvey got it to Grant around the corner. Rawlings, who's been busy, plays on immediately. They've established the loose man. This is Simpson striding away, having a good game. Very high ball. Petrie's in front, reaching over the top. McGregor will get the crumb. King came hard. 52 metres out. It's 2-on-1. He missed Baird. He split the difference. And Hart comes away.
Slow to react though, Johnny Baird.
Look at Ronnie Burns inside 50 on his
And
own.
away go the Crows. They've got them lined up. Burns, Smart, whoever you like. Well, they've done the same thing. They had 3-on-1. And the one-out man got it again and hit the boundary line. And on that occasion, it was Shannon Watt.
That was incredible. They did have 3 Adelaide blokes with 1 Kangaroo in the middle, and they kicked it to him.
Well, it just shows the pressure that is on out there at the moment. Big-time players, too, missing the target. King at one end for the Kangaroos. Here's a chance, though. Goodwin slams it on the right boot. Pack mark required. Jess Sinclair hits the pack running, does it well, and has players out wide out on the ground. It's Corey Jones. Can run all the way, can kick a goal here because no one's going at him. 2 bounces, 3 bounces. Now needs to line up and kick the goal. And if he does, the Kangaroos are in front. And how about that? That's just stuck in for a point. Wow. Bit hard not to harp on this, but they are kicking themselves out of this game. The Kangaroos, 7-8-50. 7 of those are puts.
Haven't been the hard goals either, Eddie. They've all been very, very gettable.
Yeah, the hardest goals are the ones that Harvey's kicked.
To 8-6-54, it's the Crows by 4 points.
Edwards to the outer side. Stevens trying to get it down to Porter. Bickley did brilliantly. McLeod in trouble. Lost it. Bickley comes again. Sinclair took him down. Stevens couldn't control it. Clark gets it into space. Running onto the loose ball. Rashudo 75 metres out. Inside the 50. That's better. Smart's got it. Happened a few times. Burns on in the square. Burns will mark. And knowing Ronnie, he'll try. No, he won't. No, he won't. He's matured.
It is the most offensive game you've ever seen. They know they've got numbers through the midfield. Adam Simpson, Rashudo, Bickley been run around on their own.
And he comes, gets his third. Found some form, Ronnie.
Make me tell you I'm in love with you. Kiss me.
Double hopped Carlton Sterling. It's the beer lover's light.
So Ronnie Burns has kicked the last 2 goals of the game, and Adelaide lead by 10 points. Kangaroos have missed 2 goals this quarter. Robbins from a set shot from inside 30 metres. And Jones, who's got the ball in his hand in the free kick, on the run from 45 under no pressure.
Archer gone forward for the Kangaroos.
Well, Jones stubbed his toe, but he got it out there. Mark's been taken by Rawlings. Stevens runs on. That's where the ball's going. Takes the mark. No, he doesn't. Dropped it. Took his eye off it, but he went hard at it again. Now he kicks to the pocket looking for Harvey's got it. Well, he is the man you want to have with the ball. He's kicked 2 goals straight tonight. Stevens did well. Dropped the ball originally, but, gee, didn't he go hard at it the second time?
Got it back with willpower, Ed.
Yep.
Yeah, and both of his goals have been bananas on the run, under pressure. This will be a tester for him. If his team's got the yips on a set shot, I wonder how he'll go, but the man they call Boomer, he's in good form. Well, he had high teens, I'd imagine. 15 possessions so far.
Yep.
And he's proved a handful. So the at this point in the game.
Kicked 3 last week, 3 marks tonight, 16th possession coming up. He's kicked 2 goals, a big one required to get it back to 4 points. Harvey comes in, and now he's got the yips.
Set shot.
Wow.
It is contagious, isn't it?
Yep.
Spreads through a team very quickly.
Breaks your heart and your back in this game. Those missed opportunities.
9 points the margin. Clark the target. In front, McGregor almost. Porter couldn't get it through. Bode can't get through. Ball up.
All or nothing at those point kick-ins. They had Goodwin sitting back here on his own. They had a full-on zone. Had they won quick possession, he was away. Had the ball been won back by the Kangaroos, they had numbers inside their 50. So to win at the contest is the key right here.
Here's the bounce. Still inside the centre square. Crashing the pack, Simpson. Robbins upended by McLeod. Taken away by Bode. Running hard, Rashudo forward of the wing. Kicks inside the 50. Smart, can he hang on? Well, I would have thought it was a mark. Not paid. Baird comes away. Chips towards the wing. Rebound opportunity. Brown to Stevens. Little chip towards half forward. Robbins had to wait. Is that 50? Umpire Kennedy says no. Robbins told he played on. Harvey's got it 55 metres away. Look at him go. Harvey twisting, turning into a nest of crows. A murder of crows. And pays the price. Bickley gets the free kick.
Simpson and Jones clashed heads before as well. Dennis and the runner and trainers have been out to Adam Simpson. Have a look at him.
Can't afford to lose him. There's McLeod. What's going on here? It's like tennis.
They don't know whose free kick it is. Well, 3 of them tackled him.
What's going on? Look at all the numbers back there for Adelaide, though. Look at them. They are everywhere behind the footy, which means there's another 4 Kangaroo blokes running around with no one. Simpson hasn't got anyone.
People at home thinking the telly's busted. This is Stengline.
It's got to come back in.
No 15. They're red hot on that tonight. Edwards transfers play.
That's better.
Out to Bode. He's got it. He can come out to Ronnie Burns or go up the middle. He does to John Cock. Ronnie's still lurking. John Cock puts it up, made him go backwards. It wasn't a good kick, but he had plenty of time to do so. Now he goes up the line and finds his teammate there in Matner.
There's going to be plenty of roos back there now. They got to be, because they weren't up with their Adelaide opponents.
Matner decides to thump it to the hot spot. Right up to the square it goes. They fly, a bit of pushing and shoving. Well, that was the bloke who did the push, and that was the bloke who kicked the goal. And that man is Simon Goodwin, who kicks the big goal for the Crows.
Tonight's the night. It's monster trucks down under. You can just smell the testosterone. Look at the muscle. Look at the air they're getting. Hang on a minute. Hold it, Rodeo. What the?
The bigger, tougher, all-new V6 Rodeo.
What seems to be the problem?
It's a monster truck.
I love this job.
So suddenly the margin out to 15 points. The gentlemen a lot happier. Kangaroos challenging, couldn't finish off their work, and Adelaide have come back strongly. Good bounce. Running hard, Clark flicks it down. Porter onto the loose ball, dragged down by Matner. Harris did well on his knees. Simpson towards half forward. Tawney dropping back. Man on. Bode takes it. He's running. He's on the wing. Looks down towards half forward. Good weighted kick. Perry has it. Thought about going back to Bode. Instead goes across the ground, trying to open it up. Massey will need to be quick here. King was bearing down, forced the error. Well done by King. Harris dragged down from behind. Massey comes again, gives it to Perry. 70 metres out, sets it high. In from the side, Colbert landed very hard. Simpson slips a hand pass away. Grant under pressure. Baird likewise. Smart's got him loose ball. Carey, the opportunist again.
Lee Colbert is Wayne Carey's direct opponent. He's in the hands of the trainer, still on the ground. Now, Carey gave a dummy lead again early in the piece. You can see the Carey dummy lead. So Colbert peels off Carey, goes to the contest. Now that leaves Carey on the ground. That hurts. That takes courage. Then the pressure. 1 tackle, 2 tackles, loose ball, goal. And again, get in there quick. Let the big blokes give a genuine contest and something will happen.
Wayne Carey, 4 kicks tonight, 2 goals. And his opposite number there, Lee Colbert. Nice and sore. Biggest lead of the match so far, Dermot.
8 men in the back line for the Kangaroos now.
And Dermot, you have a theory about the football gods and scoring opportunities. We'll have that in a moment.
Yep.
Massey inside 50, getting back as Carey again. Archer did it well. Kangaroos, just a bit of panic hitting them at the moment. Makepeace to Grant, who can't buy a right foot. Ran in and out of trouble twice. Sinclair, another lefty. Turns it over. Diving mark has been taken there by Clark, and suddenly it's the Crows who are starting to put the strangle on North Melbourne. 21 points the difference. Thumps it long. Stevens in there. Good tackle from Stingline, who dropped the mark. Umpire's paid a free kick to Sinclair. Derm, your theory about the footy gods?
Well, it's a weird one, but I reckon the footy gods only give you X amount of shots at the goal each week, so you've got to make most of them count.
Nigel Smart in a lot of trouble coming off the ground. We'll go to the dock in a moment.
And it's predetermined, that number 2, Gary, before you run out.
Inside 50s this quarter, 11 to the Crows, just 5 to the Kangaroos. McGregor. They are starting to apply the grip, Gary.
They are. They've been a bit more direct. They got it in quicker. Smart was very important for them.
Massey thumps it in. Umpire has paid a free kick. No, out of bounds, says the umpire. It'll come back.
Smart was important. He gave them a target up there. They've got Biglands now in the goal square. I think they changed the way they're going to go about this. They're just going to belt the footy into the square and get a good contest. That's a fair jump from Ian Perry.
That's got to hurt.
Yeah.
And good courage to sit under it too.
Absolutely. Tossed it on the outer side. Clark backhands it down. Goodwin. McLeod took a while to control it. Rashudo in the air, exposed as a result, taken down. It'll be a bounce. He was a bit lucky. The tackle got him on the way down.
It's been a hard 10 minutes for Simpson. Dennis, as we said, was cleaned up by Perry there, and earlier had been cleaned up with some friendly fire from Jones with a head clash.
Look at Adam Simpson here. There he is, the man you're talking about. Just going to play the sweeper on this pack. He'll sit off it and try and move past it once the ball gets into a bit of space.
Underrated superstar. Porter. It's not a contradiction in terms. Diving in as Porter again. Ties it up.
See?
Yeah,
and Simpson hasn't come into shot there, so he sits off the back of it.
The staggering thing is, Derm, they let him. Yeah. And he's now up to possession number 20.
Yep, and that's what they call a sweeper.
What he's wanting to do here is come over the top, I think. Just clear this area. He's trying to get a run at it. Bickley knew it. Locked in. Rashudo kicks down towards the pocket. In front, Biglands couldn't control it. Goes out of bounds. Smart off the ground.
Let's have a look what happened to Nigel Smart. He comes through here and hard to tell, maybe twisted his knee there. It was in the tackle that allowed Carey to get that goal. Here's Goodwin again. He's been very busy. Jess Sinclair has done well in the back pocket. Long kick, but it's 2-on-1. Archer there, works well, does it well, Glenn Archer. Forced the contest and took it to the line, and that was the best possible result for the Kangaroos. What a warrior Glenn Archer is.
He sure is. He's somebody I think everybody in the league has yelled at some stage, but everyone just admires him enormously.
Holding, Matty.
As a young man idolised the late great Darren Mullane. Turned up at his 21st in Noble Park and spent the entire evening talking to Pants. Inspired him. Look at this man, Harris.
Pace.
Kicks inside 50. Well, Motlop needed to mark that. Now he needs to kick the goal. He gets the handball out, a chance for King. Boy, do they need one here, the Kangaroos. They're mucking around with it. King trying to find a bit of space. Now he does. The left foot kick up to the goal square. Bad through King. He's missed some easy ones, and tonight he's finally got one that counts.
If you're frustrated with dial-up internet, switch to iPrimus Broadband and enjoy an always-on, frustration-free internet connection.
First goal of the term for the Kangaroos. breaking a sequence of 4 for the Crows, one just before half-time, and the first 3 in this term. Football bean counters, forget the gods. How about that, just bouncing through after the ones they've missed. Simpson tries to soccer it forward. Rashudo's been good in this term. Full-chested, got through, unloads, long kick. Biglan's in from the side, Makepeace. Biglan's falls on top of him, so to Carey. Whistle and the ball up about 25 metres out. So some of the emotion has gone out of the game at the moment.
6.5 minutes left, or just under this quarter, and as you can see, the match fact there, they're very good in the red time. Adelaide, they keep at the ball and they'll physically keep at you. Rashudo's power here will be a factor, and maybe the first hand on by Clark.
Clark favoured by this bounce. Rashudo couldn't get through that time. He was almost through. Hand passes are behind.
Rashudo back to his best tonight. He has absolutely taken this game on and wanted to have a big impact.
Great tackle.
Hotlop off and Burke on for the Kangaroos.
Not a tall man, Rashudo, but it really was David and Goliath stuff, wasn't it, by young Harvey, Boomer.
Now, the Roos have got numbers on here. If Watt looks up, he's got Baird on. Oh, the kick was a shocker. Needs to pick this up, but he's got plenty out on centre wing, including Burke. He decides to have a bounce and keep going.
That's
now
what
he
they have
goes
to
up
do,
the wing.
Bounce it. They've got to break up their line, Adelaide's line.
Robbins finally at the Burke, was on his own for about 10 minutes. Well, he took his time. He's trying to throw it through his legs there. Body slam. Here goes David King. Goes to the pocket. Kangaroos a chance here.
This is the best pair of hands here, Ed, that there could be in the Kangaroos team. This bloke can seriously kick it. He's a very good spot-up kick over about 45, 50 metres plus.
Ronnie Burns observes from the middle of the ground his direct opponent.
1 goal, 2 for the year to Troy Makepeace. 17 goals, 22 over his 68 games, including tonight. And boy, does he need to kick this one to make the difference 10 points. Troy Makepeace comes in, kicks at the goal. It's bending back, not enough. Another missed shot to the Kangaroos.
They need to be close enough to get that emotional surge once more. It's asking a lot from their captain and from Carey, from Archer rather, but they need to be close at three-quarter time.
This is a 17-man zone by the Kangaroos. There's 17 men in their kick-in zone. It goes to a triangle inside the centre square.
Clark, juggled attempt at the mark, not paid. McLeod in trouble, releases it now. Massey goes after it. Harris emerges with it. Over the shoulder, well done to Brown. Thought about it, took too long. Down he goes, holding it.
Clint Eastwood rule.
You got to know it.
Man's got to know his limitations.
Edwards out of defence then, across the ground. The mark is held by Tawney, wants to go and does. Rashudo, Stengline, cruising past John Cock. Kicks down towards half forward. On the lead, Burns, knocked away Makepeace. Sinclair got it to Watt, back to Makepeace. He's at half back, finds Baird, right on the defensive 50.
Good vision.
To Jones. How will it bounce? Jones, a natural left footer, goes with the right. Well done. Archer has it, 75 metres from goal. Towards the pocket, and Harding within range. More about calculating football now. It's got back to being a regulation game.
Ronnie Burns in trouble, will come off shortly. I reckon Makepeace has woken up when John Cock gets the footy, get on to Ronnie Burns. That's where it's going. On that occasion they turned it over at half back and he looks to be struggling to me. Big kick this one. Big kick.
As we said, some of the emotion out of it just for the moment. I've got to try and recapture that.
That was a professionally put together one too.
This is like a daytime soap, isn't it? In prime time. No Ridge, no Thorn, but we've got Wade and Anthony. There goes the kick.
That's close.
That is very close. The reaction tells it all. Behind.
Well, they've now gone past shots at goal. They've had 19 scoring shots to 18, the Kangaroos, and trail by 14 points. Harding's kicked 1 goal, 3.
Now, I know they are swapping it around. This zone that Kangaroos set up is a 15-man zone, so 2 less.
Beautiful kick from John Cock. Just had the carry over the top to McGregor. Well, this is the danger period for the Kangaroos. They can't concede a goal here. The kick from Matner was out in front of Perry. Gets it back to Bickley inside the boat. He's got no one to run at him, so he'll have a shot at the goal. And guess what he's done? He has just been touched on the line. Oh, Makepeace. He's doing it at both ends of the ground. I thought Bode had that one wide open. touched on the line. What a game. This has got everything. Look at that one. Just a fingertip on it.
They get second kick here. They're away, the Kangaroos.
Rashudo's had 26 disposals, 4 clearances, 6 inside 50s, 3 rebound 50s. That's a pretty good night for the skipper, the big Roo.
He's been sensational, Mark Rashudo.
See how Makepeace hit his target, Brady Rawlings, up the middle there. That's position number 1. Adelaide are protected for that short chip kicking up the spine all night.
Grant's kick stayed in the air for a long time. Jones did very well, just couldn't quite hold on to it in the end. Then fought a second time, did very well, did fantastically well. Got it out to Simpson. Now the handball along the line. It comes out to Stevens. Still time for the Kangaroos to get one before the belly. Takes on Perry. Handballs over the top. Petrie's handball was good. Harris has been good this quarter as well. Now the Kangaroos go forward through Jones. Here's a chance. Harding's there. Also Archer. It falls. Archer off the ground. Archer off the ground. Misses. Point. Dr. Peter Larkins.
Nigel Smart sitting on the boundary line, icing up his left knee. It looks like he's got a partial medial ligament injury, perhaps even put his kneecap out slightly, so don't expect him back tonight. Ronnie Burns off with cramp only.
A look away mark. Matner, 1-6 this term, the Kangaroos.
He's got McLeod running free.
Needs to be precise here. Brown. Not the spot for it. No space, and Brown read it best. Centering kick. Robbins arriving quickly. Bickley. Still he goes Bickley. Robbed of it by Grant. Good tackle, Rashudo. The ball comes out to Rawling. 60 metres from goal. Long kick. Ruse in the van. Tawney did well. Got back, knocked it away from Harding. Matner, McLeod cruises away. Goes towards the wing. John Cock just over the minute till three-quarter time. And the Crows making a run now.
That is staggering how the Kangaroo boy then didn't get the free kick. The Adelaide player charged him with the flight of the ball.
King juggled mark. Back come the Roos. Open forward line. Kicks towards Archer. Archer leads back in the race. Deep in the pocket. Will it sit for him? Yes, it will. Bigland's after him. Not exactly a high-speed chase. Down he went. Leads back in the race. Deep in the pocket. Will it sit for him? Yes, it will. Bigland's after him. Not exactly a high-speed chase. Down he went. Advantage is paid. Hart comes away. Was holding the ball. Stenglein. Good grab on the wing.
Can't underestimate Bigland's agility. He covers the ground well, that fella.
Crows got one with less than a second remaining in the last term. 33 seconds and counting, and it's out there again. Edwards. Inside the last 30-second, Edwards goes short again. Inside 50, no 15, said the umpire.
No chance. No 15, I thought.
You'd want to step that out, wouldn't you?
No 15. Thank you.
Hayden Kennedy in game 300. No 15, no chance was the call. Gallagher took it and was taken to ground. Inside the last 10 seconds. Still danger period here for the Kangaroos. They can't concede a goal to have any chance in this game. Free kick and that'll do it. And the Kangaroos really kicked themselves out of a real chance that quarter. They kicked 1-6 to the Adelaide Crows, 3-3. And a 5-point halftime deficit is now a 14-point lead to the Adelaide Crows. So there you go, 14 points. They led by 5 points, the Crows, at halftime. Wayne Carey, 4 kicks for the match. Total disposals 4, and he's kicked 2 goals. And the margin is 14 points. We'll take a break. What a last quarter we're in for. It's the Kangaroos 8-12-60. Adelaide 11-8, 74. This is AFL on 9.
So you think you've seen the best commercials?
Best commercials?
You ain't seen nothing till you've seen this selection of sick little puppies. 10:15 tonight following the Roos Crows Clash only on Channel 9.
At Kmart, we're cutting the cost of giving this Mother's Day because we've got a huge range of gift ideas at the lowest prices guaranteed. Like 25% off all women's sleepwear. No further discounts apply. That's our entire women's sleepwear collection at 25% off. And selected bath and body gift packs under $15. At under $15, you and Mum can both relax. So there's only one place to go for Mum's favourite brands at the lowest prices guaranteed. Kmart, cutting the cost of giving this Mother's Day.
There are sports And there are extreme sports, just like there are compact four-wheel drives. And there's the Nissan X-Trail, with the latest generation 2.5-litre engine for extreme all-round performance, on or off-road. The X-Trail. Only Nissan takes the compact four-wheel drive to the extreme.
Shopping at Foodland always means great prices. Check these savings out. Kirk soft drinks 2 litre 99 cents, save 91 cents. Samboy Thins chips twin 250 gram, $2.29, save $1.35. Ingham's chicken pieces 1 kilogram $1.99, save $2.41. And Omo or Omomatic powder or concentrate 1 kilogram $3.69, save $1.30. Come on, South Aussies, shop at Foodland.
The mighty South Aussies, yeah.
Hey Andrew, can I sign my collector's card album?
Sure thing, buddy. Great cover and protective sleeves. Want to swap it for me, Guernsey?
Collect a pack of 8 player cards every day for 50 cents with a coupon from the Advertiser or Sunday Mail.
Flinders University takes healthcare to remote locations. More remote than you can imagine. For teaching and research that matters, look to Flinders.
I'll read out a prepared statement from the directors of the Rug and Mattress Warehouse, Mansion Street, Hindmarsh. This weekend, every rug at desperation prices. Desperation prices. Desperation prices. This weekend, beds 61% off. This weekend, mattresses 61% off. The Rug and Mattress Warehouse, Mansion Street, Hindmarsh. Thank you for your attention.
He missed the target. Who, the brother? Surrounded by 4 white guys with guns? The man is terrified.
2 unlikely partners.
Me and you, security guards, acting like real cops.
On a mission that's out of control. Martin Lawrence.
I'm a one-man kung fu SWAT team.
Steve Zahn.
Put him down in a minute or 2.
In the year's most explosive action comedy.
National security! Get out of the damn car! Didn't your mama teach you any manners? At least you could ask me nicely.
National Security at cinemas May 8th.
Saturday, have we got your attention?
I can't hear you.
Because here's the chance to win your very own video camera.
Don't just sit there. Come on.
When Tony Piram presents a brand new Funniest Home Video, 6:30 Saturday on 9.
This AFL coverage proudly brought to you by Holden Commodore, Radio Rentals and Sky City Adelaide.
No talking when I want you to listen. No talking 'cause it's living torture.
Wow. Lip readers required, but I think we get the gist of what he was on about there. Dean Laidley, have a look at that. Is he nice and fired up at 3/4 time? Just maybe trying to get a little bit of that firing up into the side because they did seem to run a little bit cold. Of course, missed opportunities again.
It's a killer. The missed opportunities can if they kick those goals, that generates the excitement.
Played their best footy in an elevated state, didn't they?
They did. No doubt about it. Goal kickers. Ronnie Burns has got 3 for Adelaide. Perry and Carey a couple each. And Brent Harvey, the only multiple for the Kangaroos. They need to get one early to get this crowd involved, to get that excitement level up. And Dean Laidley did his best at 3/4 time to shake them. I think give them and rattle them.
All right, let's have a look at the score track. And 3rd quarter for the Kangaroos, they kicked 1 goal, 6. Have a look at this. And they're all gettable, boys. Absolutely gettable. And, well, there you go. Not for the first time.
Couple on the right-hand side.
Misses causing the drama.
To be fair, they don't have a forward who comes out of the goal square and straightens them up. They come in with small players, shots on goal. There's Dennis Pagan.
Having a look there. Let's go down to Tony Jones.
Well, Eddie, you saw that vision of Dean Laidley addressing his troops before he even got to the huddle, without saying word for word, because obviously there's broadcasting regulations, something to the effect of any danger of kicking a goal.
Okay, I think that's very succinctly put. Dr. Peter Larkins, quick, an injury update.
Yeah, Ronnie Burns back on, treated for cramp, but Nigel Smart we won't see tonight with a medial ligament sprain of the knee. He's sitting on the bench for the Crows.
So we're back to 14 points as we start this final term on Friday Night Football, as it was at quarter time. The margin cut back to 5 points at the major break.
Makepeace on the wing.
8-12. So opening bounce. That's okay.
And again. We're all edgy.
Rucks go at it. Clark knocked it down. Goodwin over the ball. Emerges or tries to with it.
That's good stuff. Let go.
Yeah, the thing is with it, when you look at them set up around the centre of the ground, Makepeace is standing on the wing. He's just dropping out of the back of the pack here on the left. You just have to get your matchups right. If you have one bloke by himself, he gets it to him, and they're away.
Harris, Stevens, concedes some ground. Harvey, vision. Yes, pops into open space. Rawlings off the back end of the square, lays it off. Simpson kicks well inside the 50. Petrie has been quiet since half-time. Makepeace the crumb, and he's missed. I'd like a shot of Dean Laidley now.
Well, Doom, you put the moz on him again. You said he was a beauty, Troy Makepeace.
Yeah, over distance, Ed. He actually hits the most targets in the league over 50 metres with his passing.
Delayed reaction from the coach.
Well, I should have aimed at Festival Hall then.
Yeah. Should have put one up into the drink stand.
Well, I think the wick finally hit the powder there. Dennis has gone off now for old Tunnel in the box. Play on, said the umpire. Picked up by Matt Nat. Oh, this could be a big turnaround. It could be a match-winning turnaround as Rashudo goes forward. No, he's turned it over. Sinclair comes out wide. Out towards Harvey. The bounce will be crucial. Get out of the way. Brown came out. Harvey said, it's mine. The kick was a shocker, though. Bounced off Petrie's nose. Out comes Brown again. Put the knee in. Good play by Massey. Head over the ball. That was a vital contest. And both players went hard. But full marks to Chris Massey there because you'd have seen that knee coming straight at him.
And what Kangaroos did in the first half, they had a tandem centre-half forward working with Lee Brown and Petrie. Now Petrie's gone back to the full forward goal square. He's fatigued seriously and not covering as much ground with Brown still at centre-half forward.
38,469 here tonight for this big clash. Rashudo ducked the head. Good grab there by Porter. No chance, says Hayden Kennedy in game number 300. It's a finger biter, no doubt about it.
Adelaide with one extra one inside defensive 50.
Match Facts says the Kangaroos run on in the last quarter. Porter brings it out. Massey under pressure. Gets it back. More pressure from Harris.
Oh.
Good play, Bickley. Smother. Rashudo along the line. Look at that. He picks up about 40 metres. Bad bounce from Perry. Over the line, out of bounds. It's like those ones in the under-12 in the cricket, isn't it? Just when the ball's coming to you, bang, it hits a bump right in the snoz.
Plenty of those have had all these guys here playing through the middle of the middle of the ground, and they've enjoyed an enormous amount of space tonight for whatever reason. The coaches have been prepared to let them go at it, and that is the result.
Boundary throw in. Generally, Clark has been the master here. Up he goes. First hand to it again. Robbins. Porter butted up again, though. Well done. Stevens left it behind. Simpson compromised. Toe poked it forward. Rashudo to Goodwin across the ground. Tawney cruising past Bassett. Goodwin steps around a would-be tackler inside the centre square. Wonderful kick. Wonderful kick. There we say it. Centimetre perfect. And Carey has it. You didn't need me to tell you.
Good player, Simon Goodwin.
Well,
Real good player.
Terrific. Defenders all around him, and somehow got the ball onto the chest of this man. Going at his third goal. Rather tentative, not his best effort. Marked by Baird.
He's had hip and knee problems, Dennis, and he didn't look like it there, did he, kicking that ball? Harvey gets it out. Kangaroos still in it. It's only 13 points of difference with plenty of time. Makepeace drops the mark. Robbins tries to get it clear. He's tackled by Carey. Thrown to the ground. It spills to McLeod. The handball over the top. The Crows are on here. Bickley from 51 metres out has a flying shot at the goal. I think he's put it through. What a kick from Mark Bickley. Gets his first.
When did you last stop and think about your comprehensive car insurance? Does yours compare with Amy? Amy guarantees your rating 1 for life if you've held it for the last 3 years. And we reduce your premium every year up to the age of 25 if you've completed our skilled drivers course. Plus, if you're with Amy, your partner and kids can save when they join us. You can expect more from Amy. Switch now.
Lucky you're with Amy.
And I think the goalie got it right too. 5 of the last 6 goals for Adelaide. Bickley, 21 possessions and a lot of solid work. So too Rashuda, Goodwin, and that powerhouse starting to work as far as Adelaide are concerned. Those midfielders having a real influence. Socket forward by Edwards, and out it goes. Mark Bickley, he's been around forever, and the fans very happy. He grew up barracking for North Melbourne, Mark Bickley. Made his debut against Essendon, round 3 of 1991. His opponent that day, Derek Kicker. Seems a long time ago. And still playing good football. Clark tries to work in front. Simpson couldn't control it. Bode crawls after it. Simpson goes again. Bode again. Robbins did well. Rawlings into a dead end under pressure. Jams it on the boot. Who wants it most? Rashudo. Although Simpson gave a contest. 2 fine players, 2 of the best, both committed. Simpson coming back with the flight of it.
Not much in it as far as possessions being concerned. 41 to 40%, 19% in dispute. 21 scoring shots, Kangaroos, Adelaide 20. Yet it's the Crows by 19 points because of their accuracy in front of the big sticks. Jones dragged off the ball. Simpson there over the line and out of bounds for a throw in. 8-13 to 12-8.
Ben Hart playing loose across half back at the moment. It's going to make it hard for the Kangaroos to just get it through that half forward line and score goals.
Porter and Clark do the ruck work. Stevens bumped out of the way. It spills. Porter did well, looking for the handballs. A bit strong for Harvey. John Cott finds some space and then thumps it long up towards Carey. Carey's got it. Beautiful mark under pressure from Colbert. And Carey will go back, and you fancy he'll just creep around and have a snap of that right foot, run around like he's done so many times before.
I'm sure he's kicking with the confidence, but the old body work and the experience and just protecting the space of where the footy's going to fall. He didn't kick with any freedom at all the last one. A bit closer on this occasion as he just rehearses what he's done so many times before.
6 possession, second mark of the night. He's kicked 2 goals. His last goal was his 680th in his career. This to just about win the game for the Crows against North Melbourne. He comes in and kicks the goal, and he has shown the North fans what it's like for so many other teams opposing him over the years. He might not have had his greatest night, but he's kicked 3 big goals, the first and possibly the sealer.
That is a big kick, and that was hard work for him, you could tell. But as we've come to expect, kicks the important goals and did it well, did it really well. But the kick was hard work. Glenn Archer would love to have got a fist on it. He's just been playing off his man, looking for that opportunity to get there and spoil. But on a couple of occasions, last 2 marks Carey's taken, in fact, he's only been a metre or so short. So big kick.
He's generally been a decoy tonight, but you get the feeling maybe he could finish with 5 or 6. They might start looking for him now. Just get the feeling they're in control. Simpson with other ideas. Makepeace missed it. Hart's got it. In trouble. Lays it off. Goodwin, Rashudo, Matner, McLeod. Some names there that we've come to know. Perry on the lead. Now where's Carey? Going back towards the square. Perry. Eyes for Carey. Sets it wide though. Clark missed it. Loose ball at the back. Clark did very well. Found it on the ground. Bode, Rashudo. High ball wanders down towards the pocket. John Cott. Is that 50? If it's not 50, it was gutsy.
It's okay, it's 50. It's 50.
It is 50.
It's 50. Okay.
A couple of strides late. A certain 50. Watching the replay. He's a good young player, isn't he, John Cott?
He is super, this kid.
Hasn't missed a beat. Doesn't miss the goal.
Do you know the joke about 2 guys walking into a bar? Well, this is the bar. And that's the 2 guys. She doesn't realize it yet, but she's in a joke.
Brewery Fresh Carlton Draft. Draft beer at its best.
And suddenly, the Crows have kicked 7 of the last 8 goals in the game from the 30-minute mark of the second term. Inside 50s this quarter, 8 to Adelaide, resulting in 3 goals, 1 to the Kangaroos. No goals this quarter for the Kangas. In fact, only 1 goal since half-time. Plenty of misses, though. Harding comes out at full tilt. Handball's out wide. And mucking around with it now, Robbins to Jones around the corner. Gee, it's a finger breaker, that one. To Harvey, beautiful kick. Now that's the sort of kick you want. Lace out on your chest. Now Harding could have played on. He's had a shocker in front of the goals tonight. He's kicked 1 goal, 3. Needs to go back just for his confidence and put this one through.
Would have done a whole lot more for his confidence, I reckon, if he had played on and nailed it from 10.
Right, Lee. I think a little bit shell-shocked at the moment, Derm. The Crows are really putting the grip on them.
Well, they're playing their red time footy very early on in the last quarter, aren't they?
All right, Gary, you're a champion full forward. Take us through the kick.
I'm going to back him, Eddie. Just sheer weight of numbers suggests he's got to get one right.
He should have played on, Gaz.
1 goal, 4.
Did he take enough paces then, Dermot? Did he have any momentum going forward when he kicked the goal?
No, and that's the pivotal thing there. Nothing. Because when he actually hit the ball, he had no pace and he pulled away from the target.
It's 6 goals, 3 to 1 goal, 8 since half-time.
Kick in inside the centre square. Porter dives on top of it. Tied up, and we'll have a ball up. Mark Porter, number 17, as Dean Laidley starting to hurt now.
Just incredible, isn't it? Really is incredible. We have a scoreline of 1-8 in what's perfect conditions for footy.
In front, Clark, missed by Jones. McLeod threaded the needle, got it to Rashudo. John Cock pops it out wider still. Stenglein is marked on the wing. Footed from Subiaco in Western Australia. Nice kick to the middle. Massey hit the ground running. Here comes Carey. Couldn't gather it initially. Now he's got a problem. Harvey simply let it fall to the ground. Backhanded by Edwards, cleverly taken by Bode. Will it run on? How will it bounce? Wide of the marker behind. Clever by Tyson Edwards. Very undervalued footballer.
31 points the difference now in favour of Adelaide. So the sting just coming out of the game, unless there's some last-minute fireworks. Stevens, a high up and under. Makepeace has to sit underneath it. Oh, beautiful mark taken there by Laddams. Laddams transfers play to McLeod. And you're backing from here, Gary. And we've all done our houses tonight.
No,
they put the semaphore up. It's all clear. Correct weight. That's the bloke to back if you're going to back anyone. McLeod kicks it. And the Crows are home.
Simply played the bit of contested footy in the last quarter when it came down to the clinch. Big, strong bodies. Like Brisbane, they muscle the ball. When it gets to one-on-ones, contested possession, they just win more than their opposition.
How do you rate Andrew McLeod's game tonight, Doom?
High possessions, but not. He hasn't burst the opposition apart.
Now, 27 touches, I don't think he's had the massive influence that he usually has.
Andrew McLeod won his second Norm Smith against the Kangaroos in 1998.
He's been crook all week too, Dennis.
He's had his moments tonight. There he is again, 28 possessions towards half forward. Bickley kept it alive. Stevens to Sinclair, out wide. Makepeace, wider still. Simpson let his heart out tonight. The centering kick. Watch John Cock from behind. He opts out. Off hands, arriving quickly. Harding. John Cock showed the judgment to Hart. Kicks it wide. This will be interesting. Burns finessing. Archer tried to hack it away. Burns won it. Bickley to Bode. It's 3-on-2. Comes back to Burns. Burns the centering kick. I think that's 15. John Cock has it. Not too short tonight. John Cock inside the 50. They're looking for Carey now. He's over the football. I think Tyson Edwards would play the video of that.
Burns is getting dragged off here. He's tightened right up. He's got that lower back hamstring problems.
He actually signalled to them, will I come off? And they said, no, stay out there.
Two different sorts of midfielders, Simpson and McLeod, to others that we've tracked this year. They don't cover quite the ground. They tend to play, well, Simpson certainly, one kick off
Here's David King. He's got a shot in like David King.
He's in the horrors, isn't he, Kingy?
Yep. Let's go down to the dock.
Yeah, Ronnie Burns coming off it. He's been cramping up since the last quarter, so it looks like no hamstring trouble, fortunately, but just been running, and tonight more cramp troubles.
Okay, and Pete, while you're there, Nigel Smart.
Yeah, bit of a they've said he's got a knock on the knee, Ed, but it actually looks more like a medial ligament sprain to me, not to contradict them, of course, but probably a little bit more serious than a knock for Nigel Smart, and I expect he might miss a couple of games.
Clingers tonight, boys. Kangaroos 42, Adelaide 22. So it has been their skill that has killed them tonight, the Kangaroos. They've had plenty of it. They attacked the ball with vigour. The two Kings coming together there. Over the line, out of bounds. 42 clangers to Adelaide's 22. And, of course, the scoreboard reads 8-14 to 15-9. As we said, that is 1 goal 8 to 7 goals 4 since half-time. Clark gets it out. Adams measures it from the pocket. The kick around the body. Carey! What about that?
And 50.
And 50 for good measure.
It'll be verbal, listen.
Don't face me like that, okay? Ask me a question, don't swear at me.
Wait, you didn't see where he hit it?
No, I didn't. Didn't see it. If I've missed it, I've missed it, but I didn't see it.
Well, Lee Colbert reckons he caught one in the mush. We'll have a look on the replay in a moment.
He did. He got high contact. I thought it was to around the base of the neck.
Well, Wayne Carey comes in and kicks goal number 4 for the evening.
When did you last stop and think about your comprehensive car insurance? Does yours compare with Amy? Amy offers you the security of an agreed value for your car. And we reinstate your rating 1 for life if you've held it for the last 3 years and your insurer takes it away. Amy even offers a free skilled driver's course for your children under 25 if you're insured with us. You can expect more from Amy. Switch now.
Lucky you're with Amy.
In its way, you've got to say it's a flattering 4, but this is a very good effort. Off balance, eyes on the footy. And really, Colbert had no case here. In fact, it should have gone the other way had there been a free. It didn't matter in the end. He took the mark. So Wayne Carey, 4 goals. And suddenly it's become a rout. Adelaide, 16-9. Kangaroos, 8-14. Kangaroos breaking down hopelessly across half forward in this term. Bode, Rashudo, 35 possessions now. Inside the 50. Awkward bounce. Edwards, brilliantly done. 40 metres out. Bends it back behind. Interesting, too, that 35 for Mark Rashudo equals his best against the Kangaroos. Round 20 of 2001, so you'd suggest he's going to get a career high tonight.
Disposals this quarter, Adelaide 56, Kangaroos 34. 22 more disposals, boys. That's the equivalent of 3 really good players this quarter. Extra. Up the middle, the Kangaroos go. John Cox slaps it forward. They're lining up now. Perry just chips, but badly. And the mark's been taken by Harvey. Ran off the line, but the umpire now calls play on. Grant out to Jess Sinclair. Sinclair's kick was a shocker. Rashudo got across, did it beautifully. Gave off the handball. Back to Bassett. Little chip out wide. Umpire says play on. Laddams thought he had it. Good play by Rawlings. Got it out to Boomer Harvey. Harvey's directing traffic at the same time as being in heavy stuff. Robbins gets drilled into the ground. Play on, says the umpire. Laddams, quick hands, gets it out. Now the Crows go forward through Gallagher. Gallagher inside 50, up to Carey again. He's got out. Oh, he almost had it. Was he dragged down? No, says the umpire. Geez, he's asked the question. It comes out to Stevens. Stevens comes out wider to King. Now, King, he's had a bad night. He wants to make amends. He kicks and finds Jess Sinclair. Runs into a wall. We'll have to kick at 55. Gives it off to King. King from right on 50 has a flying shot at the goal. About time, says the Kangaroos fans, and he kicks his second.
That's Carlton draft. If you want to know how to say that, that's Carlton. Like it's a secret, like Carlton. Like out of the side of your mouth, like Carlton. And draft, that's different. That's more of a surprise. Draft. So think of a secret and a surprise. Carlton draft, and then just stick mate on the end. Carlton draft, mate. No, I've got one, thanks.
Carlton draft. Draft beer at its best.
Just too strong in this second half. The 9 of the last 11. Adelaide. Stevens couldn't control it. Petrie. Grant back to Stevens. Out wide. This is Harris.
Oh, you won't get away from him.
Interesting kick. Down towards half forward. Burke. Awkward hand pass for Robbins. Upended by Laddams. Rashudo again. Beckley in trouble. Harris comes again to Burke. Found some space. Well done. Goes to Archer. 55 metres out. Unloads. Offline. Slapped across the line. Spiked by Massey.
The thing about, as we have a look at just this last Wayne Carey lead, it's a line ball. You'd like to see them let go all night, I reckon, between defender and forward.
Hart out of defence. High ball towards the wing.
Out towards Clark. Couldn't hold the mark. McGregor's had a good night.
So, yeah, I was just going to say the way Rashudo's played is he really has, back to his vintage years, he's run really hard. He's had really good athleticism, and I reckon it's one of the best games I've seen him play.
Stevens trying to crash through the pack. Ball up.
And he takes blokes down in tackles.
Are they bouncing the ball a bit quicker, or is that my imagination?
No, they are. They're into it.
Yeah, aren't they?
Yeah. Obviously watching the footy show, the umpiring fraternity.
Sam Newman, the director of umpiring.
No doubt about it. He's got some influence. It comes out to Archer, caught there by McLeod, dragged to the ground. Crashing through is Burke. He gets the handball up. Looking for the free kick. No, says the umpire. Jones had it. Now he's paid a free kick. It's going to go to the Crows.
And Bickley's running free through the middle of the ground. He'll get on the end of this.
Hart kicks it out wide. Good mark by Laddams at full stretch. They're all running now, the Crows. Everyone's running forward. Out comes Carey. That's where the ball goes. Carey gets clear. On a caught one in the back there. The umpire called play on. Oh, here we go. Edwards sets it up beautifully. That is a magnificent kick. And Bassett will line up and put it through.
Will you back him from here, Gary, ex-teammate?
I'm doubling everything up that I've lost on that. Nathan, I wouldn't want to be much further out, though. He has played forward with some some fair results.
Got moved forward in the 2 finals games last year. Was a pinch hitter. Has kicked 15 goals, 7 in his career. Nothing this season.
He's laughing about his chances here. As you saw the stat on screen there.
Got a good whack last week. He's lucky to be playing.
Oh, in he comes, Bassett. Puts it through. Yeah. And that's the icing on the Crow cake.
Some crop circles are reviewed overnight and scientists
The new Holden Ute, a force of nature.
17-10, 9:15. Just over 6 minutes till full time. Biglands comes on the run, knocks it down. Edwards couldn't control it. Biglands lost it. Harris cleverly. Simpson towards half forward. In front, McGregor goes with the outside of the boot out towards the boundary. Matner meters in the clear. Drives it long down towards half forward. Perry under the ball. Watt, the better judgment there, takes the mark. The most disposals, and Simpson lays it off to Harvey, who comes to Rawlings this season. 37 most disposals. Hazelby, Nick Stevens, Nathan Buckley. We're on Rashudo watch at the moment, gentlemen. He's on 37. Here's Burke on the outer side. Hard against the line, under pressure, gains about 15. Clever by Brown into the path of Stevens. Down towards full forward. In front, McGregor juggled it. Paid the free. Advantage paid. Tawney comes away. Terrible hand pass. Picked up by Bode. Good second half. Got it to Edwards. The umpire says a throw.
Just spoon it to him, Bodie, okay? You got a big spoon. Okay?
You spooned it to him. I didn't actually. As polite as you like.
And he didn't either.
He didn't either.
Yeah, no wonder he was being earnest.
There's a man who can be trusted. Umpires around the league take note.
It's not going to matter.
He looks like an older boy too, doesn't he?
Harris kicked at the Petrie. Edwards, Bassett. Well, the Crows really starting to rub it in now. 43 points the difference. John Cock. He's into the 20s as far as disposals is concerned as well. Stenglein. Inside 50 it goes. Up goes Baird. He thumps it to the boundary line, over the line and out of bounds. Throw in.
Mark Rashudo. That is a good night's work in anyone's language.
37
in the pocket,
touches, yeah.
just resting now. He's enjoy the last minute, see if he can't jag a goal just to top it off.
Abnormally high handball stat for him. Normally he's a 75% of the time kicker of the footy.
Oh! Stevens with some acrobatics. Bode gets up wincing. Kangaroos going to notch up loss on a row number 3, the first time since rounds 20 to 22 in 2001. So a little bit of niggle still in the game here. Hand on the face.
Come on. Back here.
Likes to chat this umpire, doesn't he?
Yeah, who is he?
Yeah, Matthew James.
He's not a bad umpire either.
No,
he's good.
Done well. Bigland's got the handball out. Throws through Edwards. Chipping it up. Coming out was King. Didn't get a hand on the ball. Needed to. Perry looking for a handball. Wanted to give it off. No one there. That's gone. Play on. Now Sinclair's got it. Kick forward to Lee Brown. Can handball off. King wants it. King's got it. King has kicked 2. King has kicked 2 goals too. He just can't make contact tonight, David King. He
looks
having
flat.
a bad one.
He
Yeah.
really does look flat tonight.
He spent a lot of time on the bench, Dermot, in recent weeks. He even started on the interchange bench, I think, not too long ago. So he's having to work pretty hard for a spot at the moment.
Bassett, Bickley. He's been terrific. And it was tight early. Set the tone along with Rashudo. They understood what tonight was all about, I think, right from the outset. Gallagher towards half forward. Mark taken by McGregor on his knees. Running hard again, Bickley. Goes back to McGregor. Gallagher. In either one. Kicks inside the 50. Carey gave a contest. Rashudo, that makes it 38. McLeod back to Carey. Foxing too much for a free. Should have taken the footy. Stevens kicks it towards the boundary line. Out it goes. A lot made of this game coming in. The reasons were obvious, but really it went to the core of a football club tonight. And I think Rashudo and Bickley realised what was waiting for them. Perhaps some of the other players didn't. Now it's got back to footy, but in the first half they reacted. Forget milestones, 200s and 250s and what have you. This was much more important tonight. And Adelaide just had better personnel. Bigland's off the ground. Edwards, they're a quality side. Bickley again, the midfield, the reason for it. Matner, well done, Rashudo. 39. Matner caps it off.
How do I get 10 out of 10?
When you get a store with just what you need. Plus, people with real knowledge to give advice that helps save you time and money. Plus, the buying power of over 700 stores to guarantee you competitive prices every time you visit. That's the choice, advice and price commitment that add up to 10 out of 10.
And you can't beat 10 out of 10.
Mitre 10.
So Martin Matner with his first goal in league football. Congratulations to him. And the margin now at the 48 points. It has been a belting in the end. Mark Rashudo out to 39 possessions, a season high for players in the competition.
He'll get it here. He's on a lead. Oh, not to that.
Bode. Doesn't matter.
That was a shank, that kick.
It's a bit like one of those ones, though, with Perry. You may as well lead and somebody drops short, because you'll either shank it or put it on your chest.
Yeah, that's like scunging one up the middle, 220 metres when you're playing golf. That runs all the way up there.
Hey, that's a good drive for me. All right, you never knock those back.
This bloke's been good too since half-time, hasn't he?
I think when you talk underrated, I think he fits into this category too, Dennis.
9th mark, most on the ground for the little man. He's been in there. He's even been honest with the umpires. So Bode comes in. It's a good-looking kick. It straightens up, and he's got it through. Wow, this is a thrashing now. That's his second.
They make me feel better sometimes because I look at my book of barcodes and sometimes when I'm feeling like adrift in the world and I don't really know my place or something's going wrong, I can look at the barcodes and I can think there's something that knows certainly what it's meant to do. It has one task and it gets that information across. It's really beautiful in a way. They're quite the most delightful things. They give me great comfort, I suppose, with their single mission in life.
All one-way traffic now. That picture tells a story. 12 of the last 14 for the Crows. Disposals in this term, Adelaide 100, the Kangaroos 66. They can't get the footy. Biglands down to Gallagher. Off the ground by Biglands. Matner giving them some run. Comes back to Edwards. Forward of the wing. Goes towards half forward. Too much carry. Intended for Laddams, who gets back into the frame. Knocked across the line by Colbert. So a disappointing second half. She is feeling it. The first half certainly one to keep, I'd suggest. Not often football gets that personal, and tonight it was very personal.
The throw in. Just over a minute and a half left in this game. Certainly the first half was electrifying here. The tension, you could just feel it was palpable. As off the ground goes Biglands, trying to do a David King. Rawlings, they're all running past it. Here's Carey. Grabbed. Baird flicks it out. Rawlings up the line, looking for Harding. Good play there by Tawney. It comes out to John Cock, who's been fantastic tonight. So too this man, McLeod. Stingline, handballs inside. Gallagher's grabbed. Umpire says ball.
And he might have denied Mark Rashudo the opportunity to get 40 disposals in the one game with that evasion.
Ball will come back after half-time, boys. The score, Adelaide 11 goals 5, Kangaroos 2 goals 10.
Well, they should have, I mean, they lost the opportunity in that second and third quarters. No question about that. They had enough of the play, got it into a dangerous enough position and didn't finish. And from that point on...
It wasn't bombing at goal or anything either, Gary. It was right where it needed to be. I mean, their going forward was good enough.
Gettable goals, and against the quality side with the class that Adelaide have got, it'll come back to haunt you.
Hotlop's kick up the line, good mark by Jones at full stretch. Last 40 seconds of the game, that kick wasn't too flash. And Simpson's just had one of those horrible nights. He was crunched a couple of times, had a head clash. Have a look at it. He's got his calf bandaged, his head bandaged.
Still played well. Been their best.
Yeah,
Simpson.
He has tried absolutely as hard as he can, but he'll go home and he'll know he's been playing in a football match. Edwards has the ball in the back pocket for the Adelaide Crows as we wind down this Friday Night Football special.
There's Biglands. Actually, I'm not game to say who's the best. Causes a riot in some places. Ball on the outer side. Gallagher onto it, on the wing. Bassett down towards half forward. Dying seconds of a memorable game in its way. The margin 54 points. Bassett pops it across to Gallagher. Could be some irony coming up here. Centering kick. No, it won't go down to Kieran. Matner told he didn't mark it in time. And a weight, I'd suggest, of a lot of shoulders tonight. Adelaide 19-10 beat the Kangaroos 9-16.
Well, this will be interesting from a voyeur point of view to see if any of the former teammates go to Wayne Carey.
I've got to say, Eddie, I don't reckon he gave any lip apart from that one clash with Glenn Archer. He kept to himself. He celebrated his team's victories really well, but he got through it pretty well.
Well, Wayne Carey is walking into the throng of where the Kangaroos are. It's not as if he's walking to the boundary line or anything, but...
and Anthony Stevens, Ed, 45 metres away from him, just straight up. There he is, Steve-O. He's done his business. Get on with it.
Mark Rashudo going over to congratulate his co-captain, or the opposition captain. A nice measure for Mark Rashudo, but he should be happy with life tonight because he's been fantastic. Wayne Carey, Glenn Archer obviously on the screen there. So a bit of a pat on the back from his opponent, his direct opponent tonight, Lee Colbert. But other than that, fresh air from the Kangaroos.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough too, I reckon. That's the face of a warrior though, isn't he? He's a very brave man.
All right, let's go down to Tony Jones with Mark Rashudo.
Yeah, thanks very much, Eddie. Wayne Carey, it's twice tonight he's given me the raspberry and sauce. He's not too happy about talking to the media tonight, but you can understand that. I mean, it's been a huge build-up for him. What was he like in the rooms before the game?
It was just a normal routine for us. We didn't overemphasise it. We knew it was a big game for him, but it was a big game for us as well. And you know, he's been around long enough to know that it's a team game and not an individual game, so he did well tonight.
Well, that's over and done with now. Let's talk about you. Do you know how many touches you had tonight?
No, I don't have no idea.
How's 39 sound?
That's all right. It's good. We had to win tonight after last week's poor performance, and we've got Collingwood and Brisbane coming up, so you get over 1 week and you've got to start thinking about the next straight away, so that's what we're going to do.
You finished it off well, didn't you? It was terrific, that final quarter. I mean, the second half was sensational, but just the way you finished it off.
Yeah, a pretty fit side, but I guess the Kangaroos didn't do themselves any favours. They kicked 9 goals, 16. They could have quite easily been a lot closer game, so I know bad kicking's bad footy, and that's what we've been doing the last couple of weeks, but it was better tonight. We used the ball better and we got the result.
All right, terrific. Well, you might as well go and join your teammates. They look pretty happy.
Mark Rashudo there with Tony Jones. A big smile across the face of Wayne Carey now, and one would suggest that that is a huge monkey off his back. He faced up to his opposition team and his former teammates, kicked 4 goals along the way. His team has won by 54 points, and he walks off the ground an Adelaide Crow player. His North Melbourne career is now well and truly put behind him. Final scores: Kangaroos 9-16-70, Adelaide 19 goals 10, 124, a 54-point win to the Adelaide Crows on the night that the King Carey came back to his old kingdom and walked away triumphant. Gary Lyon and Dermot Brereton after the break to wrap up what has been a big night in football. Clark gets it out, and Adams measures it from the pocket, the kick around the body. Carey! Well, Wayne Carey comes in and kicks goal number 4 for the evening.
Six all-Aussie guys are set to become overnight sensations.
This means so much to me.
There's just one problem. First, we've got to find them.
You don't have to put us through that, do you?
Strip Search premieres 7 o'clock Saturday on 9.
That's Carlton Draft. If you want to know how to say that, that's Carlton. Like it's a secret, like Carlton. Like out of the side of your mouth, like Carlton. And Draft, that's different. That's more of a surprise. Draft. So think of a secret and a surprise. Carlton Draft. And then just stick mate on the end. Carlton Draft, mate. No, I've got one, thanks.
Carlton Draft. Draft beer at its best.
It's huge! It's Dreamland's biggest ever sale! It's for 3 days only. There's savings of up to 40%. There are trucks and container loads of beds. Sealy, Sleephaven, Simmons and Sleepmaker, they'll all be there. Bring your trailer, it's all gonna go!
The reverse angle showed that was a good call for offside. My word, I think we've got an extra man on the pitch. Can't imagine he'll get too far, though. I don't know. So far, he's giving the police nothing but a good look at his backside. I don't know if this is a cry for help, but it's certainly got my attention. Oh dear, that's an image going to stay with me for a very long time.
Scorched onto my retina. Bet they'll confiscate those shoes if they ever catch him.
And he's off like a bull with gas.
Big savings on a big range of hardware in Stratco's big sale. Stratco colour roofing from just $9.95 a lineal metre. Laserlight 2000 polycarbonate roofing only $14.50 a metre. 24-month interest-free terms on Stratco Outbacks with a bonus $150 gift voucher. Black & Decker circular saw just $89 with a bonus blade. And Stratco colour fence sheets, great value at $11.65 each.
What you need today?
It's big.
I don't want to hurt you.
X-Men 2.
7:30 Saturday.
Hello?
A stranger in the night.
Someone there?
A secret admirer with eyes for Lana.
Yes, me it sounds more like a stalker than a secret admirer.
And cause for jealousy.
Get away from her!
Smallville, Saturday on 9. 7:30 every Tuesday, Billy and Sam make a date.
I didn't want things to turn out this way.
Just to be sure they catch all the drama.
You're in a skirt, keep your knees closed. Hey, this is good advice.
All new Gilmore Girls, 7:30 Tuesday on 9.
Well, there you go. In front of 38,469 people tonight, the Adelaide Crows ran out convincing 54. When Ronnie Burns kicked the goal to give the Crows a 5-point lead, and then after that it was the Crows all the way through. There was still a chance at three-quarter time, only 14 points of difference, but the tail of the tape, Harding kicked 1 goal for, King missed a couple, but they were all gettable goals along the way. David King kicking 2 goals, Harvey kicking 2, and well, there he is at the top of the pile. He kicked the first goal of the game, Wayne Carey. It was an easy one, it was an advantage free kick, but he finished up with 4 goals. Ronnie Burns with 3, so the 2 new recruits, old age recruits coming to the Adelaide Crows, coming to the fore tonight in the win over the Kangaroos. Speaking of old age, this bloke has been around a fair bit, not just Tony Jones, but Mark Bickley, who had 26 possessions tonight, including 5 inside 50s.
Well, Mark, congratulations on what really was a terrific win out there.
Yeah, really good the way we finished off. I thought it was a bit of an arm wrestle for the first 3 quarters, and then just broke the shackles in the last quarter and probably finished, a lot better than what they did.
You'd have to be happy with your own form. I think Gary Lyon might have said something like, "Looked like you got a new lease of life."
I'm not sure about that, but look, it really helps when you got McLeod and Rashido and Goodwin and Edwards and Bode, those type of guys. They really do get in and under and feed a lot of ball out, and I'm on the end of a lot of those, so it makes my job a bit easier.
Of course, in time to come, they'll talk about this game not only for the great Adelaide win, but also the emotion that spilled over in the second quarter. Just take us through the emotions that you felt on the ground.
Yeah, it was one of those things. It happened a fair way away from where I was, but obviously I really didn't think there was a great deal in it. But look, I just thought it was a great response from Wayne. Obviously, he's been under a lot of pressure. He was under the microscope all week, and they come out and kick 4 goals, take some really clutch marks, and finish off in important times. I thought he was very valuable for us.
Good on you, Mark.
Thanks, mate.
See you, Mark. Thanks, mate.
Well done there, Mark Bickley, and a fantastic effort there. As you said, he was under the hammer this week, Wayne Carey. No doubt about that. Had his knee drained of fluid during the week. He's got a bit of a bad hip as well, and we all know he's been sore for a while. Let's have a look, though. There was plenty of niggle. Let there be no mistake. This game was hot. And early in the second quarter, look at this one. Glenn Archer let one rip, but surprised Wayne Carey.
I reckon Archer's fist hit Lee Colbert's forearm.
Yeah. Sam Newman suggested that he'll get reported on.
I wouldn't have thought so. I wouldn't have thought so. And then
the fist actually does hit Colbert. It's just the inside of the arm.
What about this one? Derm, you describe this.
Well, he's just trying to psych him out here. Now, if Wayne's really not that psyched, he wouldn't need to cock his fist backwards.
It's a natural
like
reflex,
that anyway.
Derm, that one, when someone like Glenn Archer raises it.
No one's going to punch you on a field.
Well, if it was ever going to happen...
That might have been the moment.
Good point.
Let's be honest about it.
Point,
but let's be honest, W. Carey can go in the ring as well.
There's no doubt about that. They reckon the Duck does all right when this has got nothing to do with football. But having said that, if you took on Glenn Archer, you'd have to kill him.
Well,
otherwise, it just would not end that fight.
At 5 minutes, though, I found myself not watching the play. I was watching back down the ground, and it was good theatre.
It was, wasn't it?
Oh, I tell you what.
Well, real life theatre. There's nothing made up about this tonight. As we said earlier on, it certainly wasn't a Don King production. Let's go down, though, to the man who, well, he had a balancing act all through the week, just getting the psyche right going into this game. Tony Jones with the coach, Gary Ayres.
Thanks, Eddie. Well, Gary, the elements of that second quarter we talked about over and over the next couple of weeks. As a coach, how did you manage that from the box?
All I did was just send the runner out to him and just say, and we've spoken about it really in the last probably 24 hours, just to stay in control. And this game's emotional at the best of times. And look, I can't even fathom to think what he's been through this last week. And really, I thought he handled himself very, very well. He's a professional. Top the night off with 4 goals, and of course, be pretty happy in a winning side as well.
Disappointing, though, that the actual win will be overshadowed by the events leading up to all this.
Oh, well, that's up to you guys, you know, to make it. I'm bloody wrapped that we won, and it was a tight game for a half, and really we blew it open in that second half, and a lot of the credit goes to really the players, because it was a very tough game for us last week against the Power, and the showdowns take a lot out of the boys, but I thought we freshened up well, and considering all the hype and all the stuff that was going on, I thought they were extremely professional, and I'm really proud of them tonight.
There's your Gary Lyon. Congratulations. Terrific result. Were you surprised at how much room your midfield were given? It was almost a shootout of the old-fashioned variety. Rashudo and Bickley, McLeod, Bode, John Cock, they all got enormous numbers through the middle of the ground.
Yeah, they did, Gary, and I think it was a little bit about how the game was evolving too, mate, in that once a turnover occurred, if you were pushing into your forward line and the ball turned over, then, of course, ultimately the guys are back there across the middle. And really, I thought our boys really rewarded each other with their run. They were aggressive at running and rebounding out of our defence, and then they got the rewards, obviously, on the scoreboard. So, really, they all played their part. It was a hot game, really, and the Kangaroos probably, too, just kicked themselves out of it to a degree. And then what that does is that if you can score up the other end, it just makes it probably a little bit more demoralising than it is if you actually score on the goals.
Gaz Dermott here, well done. Without going back to it, but when the Anthony Stevens thing blew up when they charged on Carey, your team gave away about 5 free kicks in 8 minutes. Did they need some settling at half-time, or was it just let them get through it?
No, actually, mate, I thought we'd probably just got ourselves back on track about a minute, 2 minutes before half-time.
Yep.
And Ronnie Burns scored that goal right on the half-time siren. So I think that was enough in itself to be able to give the guys... And this game, really, in modern-day footy, it ebbs and flows, and it was going from one end of the ground to the other, and, of course, obviously the Kangaroos were missing, and then we sort of scored the odd goal and missed ourselves. But they were very good when they came in at half-time. They were very focused. We only really spoke about making some mistakes, which were, you know, more about the ball use than anything. But I just said they had to persevere and persist, and I thought their tackling and aggression at the man with the ball was very, very good.
Mate, there is one bloke I'm going to ask about, not the usual one we all do in the press. There's a kid you give the big jobs to week in, week out, Graham Johncock, and you just keep putting trust in him, don't you?
Well, he's a little back pocket, mate, so, of course, they're not bad blokes to put a little bit of trust in.
They go all right, Gary. Congratulations, mate. A great win tonight, coming off last week, and look forward to seeing you in Adelaide next week.
Yeah, you too, Eddie. Look forward to it, mate.
Good on you, mate.
Well,
Gary is the coach of the Adelaide Crows. All right, well, at half-time, the margin was 5 points with Adelaide in front. With 1 second to go, it was the Kangaroos leading by a point. So that's how tight the game was. In the second half, the 2 quarters of football, Kangaroos kicked 2 goals, 10-22 to the Crows, 11-5-71. 49 points the difference, but 12 scoring shots to 16. And, of course, we know that they got on top of the Crows in the last 5 minutes, but look at these misses.
And we spoke about these through the game. These are all gettable shots at goal, and Lee Harding was one of the main offenders. Plenty of time here. There's not a lot of pressure there. He could have had another one. Look, their accuracy coming into this game was at 57.5%. Tonight it was 36, and they just shot themselves in the foot. Any hope they had was almost gone by three-quarter time. They needed to take every single opportunity, and they missed some of the easy ones that have been going around.
All right, well, there you go, boys. They just kill you, those goals. And so many times, though, not only was it a point, but it'd go back there other end, as Gary Ayres said, and just demoralises teams, those 13-point turnarounds. OK, let's have a look at the votes now for the magnificent hold. And Gary Lyon and Dermott Brereton put their heads together. Gary, you get the byline, so you can read them out.
I thought Rashudo was clearly the best player on the ground. I loved Bickley's game early in the piece. John Cock kept finding it, and I was tossing up with Andrew McLeod, but sheer weight of numbers said to me in the end he needed votes. So he could have had another 3 or 4 Adelaide Crows players, and maybe Adam Simpson, but that's the 4 on Plumps for.
All right, well, of course, every Sunday we find out on Gary Lyon's Magnificent Footy Show. And boy, are the ratings through the roof on that one, Gary, tell you what.
Very happy, isn't it?
Bigger ratings than opposition major events these days. And the winner will win the Lou Richards Medal. The Holden Player of the Year will drive away in the all-new SS Commodore. Key features the powerful V8 Holden engine, 4-speed automatic transmission, in-dash CD player. It is a magnificent car. And tune into the Sunday Footy Show every week week to keep up with all the latest voting. Well, there's a bloke who has got to imagine what would be going through his mind at the moment. He's tried his heart out tonight. He really flew the flag for himself. It's been an emotional week. Probably, I mean, there's no person. We talk about the emotion that Wayne Carey's gone through. He's the bloke who's really had to relive the biggest nightmare of his life this week. And as always, he's conducted himself with the utmost of integrity.
I reckon he gets to start again now, though. I reckon that will be a bigger weight off his mind than that bloke has off his in the other camp tonight. I reckon Stevens gets to start again now.
And he sparked him. I mean, make no mistake, Anthony Stevens sparked that revival in that second quarter. He gave a few away, but something had to be done. And you talk about respecting footy, it's the most important quality, and he has got it in truckloads.
He certainly does. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with Dr. Peter Larkins to give us all the injury updates. The final score at the end of the night, though, saw a win to the Adelaide Crows over the North Melbourne Kangaroos by 50.
We bought you these towels, we've bought you these sheets, we've bought you these quilt covers, and oh, we've bought you this program. I hope you like it.
Our whole country followed his footsteps. Now it's time for thanks.
We're going to do the surprise while he's up on stage in front of all 1,500 people.
A special 1-hour presentation when This Is Your Life returns 8:30 Thursday on 9.
South Australia's finest Valencia oranges, only $1.99.
This news break is brought to you by the business bank that makes decisions right here in South Australia.
Good evening. Adelaide's Mitsubishi plant will be shut down on Monday by an industrial dispute. The problem's been caused by a strike at Henderson Automotive, which supplies car seat frames. Its workers are seeking a guarantee that their entitlements will be safe if the firm goes broke. The Rand government will declare a national park at the Kunji Lakes in our state's northeastern corner. It'll include a mining band around the wetland. And an injury scare for Port Adelaide captain Matthew Primus after a mishap at training. The club says he should be okay for Sunday's game against the Bulldogs.
More Australians get their news from Channel 9 than from any other source.